Okay, I think. Sir, I understand Hindi and English both. So I see. I got Lokesh that even one person, if he doesn't understand Hindi, so I would go into English, right? So thank you, Lokesh, for raising that you don't understand. So I'll go with English only, right? So I hope everybody is okay with that. Okay. Hey, Shobik, can we start? Yeah, let's wait from the heads up from the Accio team that we can start, or they might be doing some uh, live part on the YouTube also. So I'll just wait for the heads up, then we can start, guys. Okay, I think I'll go ahead. If Malika, if you have any concern, please let me know. So I'm going starting. It's 8:04. Okay. So guys, here today what I'm going to talk about mostly is not anything related to interview preparation and DSA or anything what's gonna be. So I'll little bit talk about like how you grow as a content creator. Like I know that just put me like a +1 if you are planning to start a YouTube channel or planning to start a posting on LinkedIn, right? And you have a dream also to become parallelly increase in those area also. So that is one of the area I will cover. And one more important area, like how to grow as a software engineer also. So currently I am into all these three phases, right? I am currently being as a part of a YouTube creator, currently being a part of a LinkedIn creator, also a part of a SD journey. So it's been almost 8 years, so I will share certain information. But before that, I want you to make before I told you about some good numbers, the stuffs and all, but I want to first also motivate you guys on that part. Is it is not going to be an easy journey, not going to be an easy journey. So first I want you to make one mindset of me. Let's say if I tell you about some numbers, I want you to think what you think. So let's say currently I'm a senior software engineer, member of technical staff in PayPal, and got recently promoted. I have around 28 subscribers on YouTube where I'm teaching system design. I have around 40,000 followers on LinkedIn, right? And I am constantly mentored 100 plus students, engineering students on top meta and all, right? So with this numbers, just first thing, put a one impression. Hey, what, just one impression, just put like what you, with this number when I throw at somebody like, hey, this some this thing. So what you guys think as a first impression? Hey, yeah, he might be good, man, he might be earning good in lakhs, right? He's like, how did he able to do that, right? So lot of questions come that, yeah, iska to sahi hai, badhiya chal raha hai, right? Like this it used to come, right? Ki sahi hai, iska to ho gaya kaam. So these things I want to tell you that you have to understand the journey, right? And must say you, when you start on this path, right, you will also face a similar kind of problem which I face, right? So I want you to go through that journey, and then I will tell you how you can progress, so that when you face those challenges, you should not left those in the mid. Okay, so I'll start with my career journey first, right? So I'll take you a little bit behind. When I was around in 10th class, so that time, like what happened, like there were relatives when they used to say that, hey Shansh, because of the family condition, that many things relatives say that, hey, factory mein job karo, abhi shop pe kahin job kar lo, because of family support and all, right? But my father does marketing job, my mother is a teacher, right? So they supported studies. I was able to complete my 12th, and after that, one thing I was very clear that for further studies, I should not depend on my parents. I should actually help them. So that was the first. As if you see that, I'm going to share one this thing, right? I started my journey as a call center executive. Right, I started my journey as a call center executive, and there I will show you this. Let me know if you're able to see my screen. I'm sharing. You able to see my screen? Okay. So here, you able to see this? So this is what something is what my customer care, the first job. Hey, dear Shanjans, like you would be appointed as a call center executive under the project Vodafone with some amount and all and date. So see, that was the journey. Like, so I started after just 12th, I enrolled in BSA, BCA, and I did a job. So BCA used to have a 75% attendance. So 75% attendance. So I used to join in the morning classes till 1 p.m. I sleep, and at night my call center job used to happen. So I always do 6 months job, and after that I left, and I studied on the rest of the months. So to maintain above 75 percentage, so that because I am already from Jaipur, Rajasthan, not very much good for studies and all. I don't want because of any back and all, it will further put me into a bad stage. So I do 6 months job, save a bit, do my college fees and all, and then I study for the rest of the month. So first month BC I did in call center executive in Vodafone. Second year I worked in a as a contractor in Reliance back office. So there are few things which learn me over these things, right? In a Vodafone call center, like what generally used to have is whenever you have to go to a break, you have to do like this. So call, you have a headset over there. Break, you have to put your hand like this. And when the team leader who is walking on the kind of you will learn few things which I will tell you like how it helped me also. So I worked in Reliance, and then my in third year I worked in Deutsche Bank. Deutsche Bank is something like some lag in voice. Is my voice is clear now? Is my voice is clear now?
Hi Shransh, you're actually your voice is lagging. Can you please check your network once? Now, guys, a little bit of fun activity for you. I
Yeah,
just want to
okay.
know
Is
our
it better?
audience better first, right? Are you from a non-tech or a tech background? Because I am from a non-tech background. Okay, Ajit is from tech, Nancy is from tech, right? So you can just put in your answers in the poll that I am going to launch right now. Okay, this is done. Guys, just make sure that you are being very active and interactive throughout this session so that it is very much fruitful and it doesn't get boring at all, right? This is not our college lecture. Just make sure that you are interacting right away, either through chats if you have any questions for Shreyansh, if you have any questions in general, we would be more than happy to help you out. Just make sure that you're interacting, right?
Yeah, is my voice now better?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so let's continue. So yeah, that's what the journey is. So what I wanted to say that okay, first year, second year, third year, all 3 years, we might get a life that we have to job, right? So it's not like you do, even though you don't intend to join, make this as a career, but still you have to work it, right? So by the third year, I completed this and I prepared for MCA entrance test, and I got NIT Surathkal. And from there you can say that I got lot of opportunities, that I got my first job during the placement as an SD1 in Zoho Corporation, right? So this is how I entered into the software engineer world. And before that, there was a little bit high and ups, right? But now I will tell you how this the background helped me, right? So now here, before going further, I want you to guys to tell me, you want to guys know first as a how to grow in a software engineer first, or you guys want to know how to grow as a content creator first, right? I'll go through that one first. Software engineer. Cool. Okay. Okay. I like that everybody want to become a better software engineer instead of content creator first. Yeah. So yeah. So now let's say I will tell you about from my learning what I did a mistake as a SD1 and SD2, SD3, right? So that I don't want you to make the same mistake when you are at this level. So when I joined Zoho as a software engineer one, I was like everybody like very enthusiastic, very encouraged. Like yes, I have to perform well. I have to be like in the eyes of my manager that yeah, Shansh is performing something. So what mistake I did was like any work I used to get, I tried to complete it on the same day. So I used to sit in the night all night. I used to sleep in the office, right? So I come sometimes very early. I go very late. What I tried to become is like I am the guy who completes all the work very fast. So this is the worst thing, and should not be done. So as a software engineer one, what you have to do is avoid this. You don't have to please your manager and all. You have to maintain your work life balance. See, I was 67 kg when I left my college, and within 1.5 years during Zoho, because I couldn't maintain my work-life balance, I became around 77, almost touch. Because of this hectic, I was keep sitting, working. So this is the first mistake because you know that my background. Now I had already told you my background. So I was very afraid that okay, I have an education loan, right? So I had a home loan, so I was very afraid that if I don't work well, they will kick me off. Then I was working very hard that time. But this is not the way, right? Working hard by sitting long time, definitely no, right? So this thing I learned from my mistake, and I don't want you to do the same mistake. So I will tell you what you should do as a SD1. So as a SD1, when you enter into any company, first thing first, you have to maintain what time you come, what time you go. Doesn't matter if your team leads, team manager, or anyone is sitting till late, you don't have to sit. So maintain, even you have flexible time and all. First said that, okay, this time I come, this time I go. Okay. Second thing, what you have to do is any time you get a work, don't have don't start your work to finish it as soon as possible. Start your work with the intention to learn it out of it, right? तो उसमें क्या करना है आपको कि जैसे ही कोई भी वर्क मिले, एनी टाइम यू गेट अ वर्क, व्हाट यू हैव टू डू इज फर्स्ट एनालाइज इट properly, like okay, find okay, what I have to do, what is the existing behavior, right? What all changes I have to make, proper make documentation. Once you have make a proper documentation, discuss with the entire team. Okay, discuss with the entire team, hey, this is the problem and I have come up with this solution. Though there are multiple solutions, each solution has pros and cons, right? These are the changes which are intended to take place. Now discuss with. So in discussion you will get multiple answers. Hey, aisa kyun kar rahe ho, you can use that, ye aisa nahi hona chahiye. So what you're trying to do is taking the feedback from the team members before end itself. ठीक है, अगर आप ये नहीं करोगे और आप डायरेक्टली काम करके you just give it, you will get PR review comments. Reviewer will say now at that time, hey, change this. So you have to do rework again. So always do analyze first, share your document with the team, broader team, take the inputs, right? Incorporate it, now make code changes, right? And once you done the code changes, right, and then you see that hey, your PR doesn't get lot of review comments now because they are already in line what you're doing it. Okay, so now what you understand with this is like you improve two things. First, you improve your work life balance, because now you have a proper planning. Okay, this is the analysis phase. This all work I have, I will divide into 7 days, 5 days, based upon your this thing. And second thing is you understand the existing behavior. So your domain knowledge will increase. So your domain knowledge will increase. Okay. So as a SD1, what this thing is very, very important. Second thing, now what is the life cycle of a SD1? So now see, if you are a backend engineer, what would be that? Your SD1 become SD2, SD2 become SD3, SD3 become a staff engineer. So now how you can grow to SD2 now? सो वेरी सिंपल, अगर आपको दूसरे लेवल पे पहुंचना है तो दूसरे लेवल का काम आपको इसी लेवल पे करके दिखाना पड़ेगा, राइट? So if you have to grow to the next level, you have to showcase that you are capable of doing the next level task, right? So beforehand in the current level, you have to showcase some. So how you can grow to a next level? I'll tell you my secret, right? But there could be other ways also, but this things works out to me. So I reached from SD1 to SD2, SD2 to SD3, and now currently MTS1. So in 2 years. So there might be an exceptional who can take promotions every year. So currently I'm taking promotions every 2 years. I'll tell you how. So like this is my way. So what I do is, there is always once in a month you have a one-to-one meeting with your manager, right? Utilize those one-to-one meeting effectively. I see many engineers, what they talk in one-to-one is like, manager asks, hey, do you have any issue? Engineer said nothing. Do you have anything to talk about? Nothing. All good, all going good, nothing, right? So that's what I'm trying to say. Utilize this one-to-one properly. So in the one-to-one, what you have to do is ask your manager, hey, so let's say Kaushik. Kaushik is my manager. Hey Kaushik, I want to go to the next level from here. What all things you want me to improve? So ask from your manager. He will tell you 10 5 things, like, okay, these are the few things which you have to improve, right? Now every one to one, every month one to one, you have to showcase that what on those points which your manager had told, have you work on it? Every month you have to showcase. So see, I have recently got promoted to MTS1, right? And in the first one to one itself, I have asked my manager, hey, I want to grow to the next level, MTS2 architect. How can I grow? He has already given me 10 points, 10 11 points. Now every month I have to work on that one and showcase that yes, I am working toward it. So it might take an year and two to fully complete this, but ultimately it will put you in a limelight that yes, in the face of manager director, yes, he is working toward it. Okay, so this is what I'm saying. Utilize your one to one properly, right? Don't consider one to one as like कि मुझे से बच के भागना है यार, आज मैनेजर से मीटिंग है, आज तो क्या क्या बात करेंगे. So don't be have this. मैनेजर के चिपक जाओ. See, in private job, the crying baby gets more milk. This is what my director says to me, right? डायरेक्टर ने मेरे से पूछा था कि समटाइम कि आपको इतना हाइक दिया, आर यू ओके? I said, no, no, I am totally okay. All I want work and all. I am totally okay. Then he told me this, hey Shams, remember one thing, crying baby always gets more milk. If you don't ask, you will not get, right? So you have to ask, hey, I want promotion. Tell me what I have to do. I'm ready to work. But don't get just settle. Hey, let work. If they give me, they will give me. We'll see. I will talk after a year. Definitely you will lose the skill. Okay. So this is how you can become from SD1 to SD2. In the SD1, do proper analysis and tasks you show, and start asking your manager how to improve. As a part of SD2, now those engineers who are at SD2 level and they want to grow to SD3 level, what quality they have to showcase is that, can they take a project end to end? Like in SD1, you will get small issues and you will might be needing a spoon feeding. But as a SD2, you should be kind of leading the task. What you got, you have to complete it from end to end, right? So this is the major role of SD2, right? And what you have to do is start participating in meetings, initiate things from yourself itself, right? From yourself, start initiating things. Hey, they start initiating meetings. hey, this is something I have, I wanted to discuss this part. Try to close the thing by yourself. ठीक है. SD1 में क्या होता है, अपन लीड पे डिपेंड करते हैं कि वो मीटिंग को इनिशिएट करेगा, वो कॉन्टेक्ट सेटअप करेगा, he will come up with a solution and ultimately whatever solution agreed I will go. As a SD2 आपको ये अब चेंज करना है, whatever the task you are working on you have to initiate. ठीक है. अगर दूसरी मीटिंग से बात करनी है आप करो जाके, ठीक है, सॉल्यूशन प्रपोज करो, फाइंड करो और उसको सॉर्ट आउट करो. ठीक है. Okay, so how to get in PayPal? Yeah, I will come into this the more interview preparation kind of thing. So let me know, guys, if my voice is clear and all. I say Bhavika that she is not understanding anything. So is it because of language or I'm not sure. So sorry Bharti. Like if
Yes,
there is any
Shreyansh, you are
language
very much
barrier.
audible and I'm able to understand whatever you're saying. But
Okay,
Bharti, really sorry if you are not. If you have any questions with regards to anything, you can just ask right away. And Shreyansh would love to answer all of your queries or questions. All right?
cool.
Yes,
Yeah,
we are
Bharti, feel
speaking in
free to
English.
ping me. Yeah. Okay. So SD2, I told you that what you have to do is start taking things in your hand, right? Whatever task you get, don't look at your lead. Start, try to take the things from your end itself. Now, what qualities does SD3 required? SD3 required at the broader level, like the bigger projects, which are for couple of months, not very small task and all. So SD3 is like delivering the project, multiple projects. So you might be working in two projects simultaneously, not one. So you might be doing one task. So now you have to start doing things parallelly now. You don't have to be like one, because as your pay grade increases, right, the responsibility increases. So now you have to start training the freshers which comes into your team, right? You would be working into multiple tasks. You might be involved in multiple discussions, right? You have to start reviewing the PRs of your the juniors. You have to start reviewing the PRs. You have to get a domain knowledge proper, so that in, and let's say manager should be looking up to you that okay, this issue comes, hey, let's talk with Shreyansh, he knows it. So you have to have a better understanding of your domain. और देखो guys, एक चीज मैं आपको बताऊं सीक्रेट प्राइवेट जॉब्स का. प्राइवेट जॉब, इफ यू वांट टू बिकम ए स्टेबल, कि यार मेरे को सेफ होना है, ओनली वन थिंग कैन सेव यू फ्रॉम इट, कि अदरवाइज प्राइवेट में जॉब सेव नहीं है. अगर आप अपनी जॉब को सेव करना चाहते, लिटिल बिट मोर स्टेबल, द ओनली वे इज दैट get domain knowledge, right? Get domain. If you have a hard proof domain knowledge, right, अगर आप तो अंदर बाहर सब पता है, and you see that there is a lot of dependency will get built out around you. Managers will ask questions from you, other team members will ask questions from you, you will be part of different email threads. So you will see that there is a lot of dependency will come to you because you have the domain knowledge, and that's what brings you stability, that's what brings you to promotion to a next level, right? So in SD3 you want that domain knowledge, right? And MTS1 you can only grow when you get that domain knowledge. Otherwise, as soon as you become MTS1 and if you don't have domain knowledge, it would be like on up to your job, you won't be able to successfully complete your task, and then you will slowly goes down. So SD3 is very critical stage where you become SME, where guys subject matter expert, so that when you become an MTS1, right, you can lead the team. The whole team now can look up to you, right? You have to be engaged in not just two projects, you have to now engage in multiple projects all your team members are doing, right? So you have to be very much interactive, right? You should have the capability where you can make the next level leader from your team, right? कि जो फ्रेशर है उनको कैसे बढ़ाएं, उनको पीछे नहीं करना है अपन को. We have to encourage them how to they can grow to the next level, right? What is MTS? MTS is considered as a member of technical staff, it is considered as a team lead. So it is like a team lead, you are managing the whole team now, right? So this is what you have to do in each step of your stage. Okay, so now let's come to we will talk much more about it. If you have any questions, feel free to ping me here. Anybody has any question? So what when we are fresher? Okay. So when you are a fresher and so like you mean to say like you don't have still preparing, right? What I would say that apart, see, I think you might already know that DSA, system design, low level design, and all these things. But what I would say is that as a fresher, start building your personality, right? You have to be confident enough, like whatever is going in your mind, you should be speaking. See, to be honest, मेरी English इतनी अच्छी नहीं है. I have lost many jobs because of English. But when I started teaching on YouTube, posting, and even while coming to the company, I started talking with the other thing, right? So here, if you see, I don't worry about my grammar and all. I just continuously speak. So you have to come little bit if you are. So this is personality you have to little bit build up. This will help you a lot as a fresher. I would say that this is very much bigger point than your DSA, than your this thing personality build up. How confident you are while talking, right? How easily you can express your thoughts to the other person, right? So this is very much important, and I think DSA interview preparation perspective, you are already clear what has to be done. What is the maximum age limit in the IT for non-tech background? To be honest, I am not sure about this. What is the maximum non-tech background? I think it's same for all. Then IT in private industry, I don't know what is the age limit, but I will find out that one. How to handle the recession? How to handle the recession as a fresher? Okay, that's a good question. So, see, VK, I wouldn't say I'm partially agree with whether it's a recession or not. I would say that. So what happened is the company hires a lot during the COVID time. If you see all companies, their stock prices they went up. Now it's gone down. So they hired a lot during those COVID times. Now at pre-COVID time they come. So now they are laying off the extra. So it's I won't say that it's a recession because I see lot of openings happening in many companies, but in certain domain they have stopped also. Okay, so it's a mix. You can say that for another 6 months it would be mixed. Like company is still filtering out the extra employees they have hired, but as a fresher, I would say that there will still a hiring, lot of hirings happening in certain domains where they are hiring as a fresher, right? Because many companies get every year they get a lot of works which are only done by SD1, right? So they hire a lot of fresh graduates also. Okay, okay. So shall we start as a as a content creator journey, or anybody has any code, any this thing questions? Why should we hire you? How to overcome fear during interview? So see, this is mostly interview related questions, which I thought I would be keeping as a separate. Like so today I was like after a software engineer, how you can grow as a career, right? So, but if you want, like I can answer those. How to overcome interview as a failure? Let's go through that. So okay, so now let's go through that. How to overcome as a interview when you got a fear. Like so, it's usual. So two things I would say to keep my answer short. First, give mock interviews once in a month, right? Once in a month, give mock interviews. What will help you is sometimes you feel that hey, I am very good in DSA, but in mock interview you will see that just solving a DSA question is not sufficient. There is a whole process. There is a marks for different process. Have you done the proper analysis of the use cases? Have you been the think out loud all the use cases, like all the process, brute force approach, efficient approach? Have you written the clean code? So there is a marks for each one. So this thing you will learn so that in the mock interview, so that you don't make the mistake in the like the real interview. That is one way to remove the fear. Another way of removing the fear is giving so many interviews. If you don't give the interviews, so see, to be honest, when I switched from Zoho to PayPal, I was in Chennai. To be honest, things are not little easy on me. I think after 14, 15 rejection, I got the PayPal. And so this happened. So initially, 5-6 interviews, lot of years. Like sometime I was in my mind, I used to think एक खत्म करो interview यार, मेरे को आ ही नहीं रहा, ये तो extend हो रहा है, let's finish the interview. So I got feeling like this. But later on, slowly, by giving more and more interviews, you will get confidence build up. So this, to be answer my short, these are the two ways generally it helps me a lot. Okay, so now let me goes to the other part, and let me know if you able to see my screen. I'm sharing my PPT. Okay. Yes, you able to see my screen? Okay, I don't hear anything. I'll take it as yes, and I will go ahead. Yes. Okay, cool. So, how to grow as a YouTube content creator? So, see, working as a software engineer is good. There are a lot of things happening around us. So, you can also become a part of it. And these are some of the ways I can tell you. If you are planning to start a YouTube channel, how you can grow as a life, because this will also help you to grow as a in your preparation also. I'll tell you how. So see, this is one thing, concept and coding, which is the channel which I owns, where I teach mostly low level design, high level design, Java and all. So now, see, 1 year before, on 19th of March 2022, the first video I uploaded, and I got the 10 views. So the 10 views which I got, I think couple of would be mine, my brother, my mother phone itself. So no views, I would say that 10 would be mine only from different phones, right? But fast forward, if you see today, it's in thousands, right? Every day I used to get 10 views. Now every day I am getting 1,000 views, more than 1,000. It's a couple of thousands, right? So how this growth happened in 1 year? I just started doing this content creation from last 1 year. So I'll just show you how what I did, right? Which helped me to at least grow this way. So see, one thing first, there are always an exceptional who post 2-3 videos and they have become like 30,000 views, 1 lakh views, like thousands of subscriber. But as a majority, which I have seen, right, it's a tough journey. Like if you are not from FANG, not from Google, Facebook, Amazon and all, right? So people trust you very less, right? They won't follow you very much frequently. So you have to build your domain that yes, I am have certain domain knowledge into this. So what you have to do is, first thing you have to do is find a niche, right? What your expertise. So here if you see that on 19th March and before that, I was posting DSA content, right? But after a month, I realized that hey, I am getting only 10 views, 20 views, 25 views, not increasing. Then I did a retrospective, and what I see is that hey, DSA, there are already so many people who are doing this content creation. So why not I do it? So I find
Hi
I
again,
find
Shreyansh, you're lagging. Guys, are you guys also facing the voice lag? Yes, your voice is lagging, Shreyansh.
I look into myself, I see okay, what different I can give. Then I will say that okay, hello,
Yes, Shreyansh, your voice
yeah,
is lagging.
okay.
I think you're facing network issues. Yes, can you please
Can you?
continue from the DSA topic because Karthik is
It's
mentioning
okay,
that
right?
we
So
stopped
I'll
hearing
continue.
you.
Thanks for stopping, Malika. So what I did is I started after a month. I switched to system design. I started, and that's where. Okay, I'm not sure what's happening. My net. Hello, voice
Yes, you
lag.
are audible now. Can you please just stop sharing and then start sharing again and just see if it works?
Okay, let me. I have stopped sharing it.
Yes, you are very much audible right now and visible as well.
अच्छा, तो एक बार मैं वापस शेयर करता हूँ.
Yes, yes, just go ahead.
I have shared it again. तो मैं ग्राफ के थ्रू आपको शो कर रहा था गाइस. वो इफ यू फाइंड अ नीश राइट, यू विल ऑटोमेटिकली सी दैट यू विल ग्रो. तो जब जैसे ही मैंने सिस्टम डिजाइन पे स्विच किया, स्लोली पीपल स्टार्ट फॉलोइंग इट बिकॉज that's my expertise, that's my niche, that's where I can teach better. ठीक है. तो आपका देखो, फॉर एग्जांपल यू आर प्लानिंग टू स्टार्ट अ डीएसए, राइट? तो आप देखो कि आपका नीच किसमें है. क्या आप डीएसए पढ़ा रहे हो, ठीक है, लेकिन क्या डिफरेंट दे रहे हो, व्हाट डिफरेंट यू आर गिविंग टू योर व्यूअर्स, बिकॉज द सेम डीएसए कंटेंट इज ऑलरेडी प्रेजेंट. तो कुछ डिफरेंट फाइंड करो उसके अंदर. सेकंड थिंग इज स्टे कंसिस्टेंट. यू हैव टू बी कंसिस्टेंट. यूट्यूब का ऐसा है कि अगर इफ यू सी देयर आर चैनल with lakhs of subscribers, there are channels with lakhs of subscribers but they are struggling to get a views, even 1,000 views. Why? So you have to be consistent. What they have might be happen is sometimes they take a break of 1 or 2 months and then upload. So एकदम से व्यू एकदम गिर जाते हैं, राइट? तो यू हैव टू मेंटेन कि हाँ भाई आप अपना चैनल को कंसिस्टेंट साथ में किस तरीके से रख सकते हो. दैट इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. ठीक है. अनदर थिंग इज इंटरेक्ट विथ योर व्यूअर्स एंड लिसन टू द फीडबैक. ठीक है. तो देखो जनरली अब जैसे मैं वीडियो बनाता हूं तो उसमें फीडबैक्स आते हैं कि श्रेयांश डार्क थीम का यूज करो, आईज पे स्ट्रेन पड़ता है, योर वॉइस इज नॉट के, माइक्रोफोन बैकग्राउंड नॉइज बहुत आती है. सो आई टेक आउट अ न्यू माइक्रोफोन, आई टेक आउट आई बाय आउट अ न्यू कैमरा. So feedbacks you have to take whether in the upgrade your quality on your setup or your studying way, right? Or also interact करते रहो अपने व्यूअर से, what they actually wanted to see, so that you can put more content. If you don't interact and you will continuously go, so you would not be able to get see this views. Try to create a playlist. So this is very important guys. So playlist बहुत जरूरी है. क्यों? क्योंकि देखो अगर आज मैं कोई एक नया कंटेंट डालता हूँ, ठीक है, वो मेरे को YouTube प्रमोट करेगा, मे बी इवन दो आई हैव 28K सब्सक्राइबर्स, बट YouTube व्हाट YouTube डू इज वो 28 सब्सक्राइबर्स को एक साथ नहीं दे देता कि श्रेयांश ने वीडियो डाला है, ऑल 28,000 सब्सक्राइबर वॉच इट. नो, इट हैज इट्स ओन एल्गोरिदम. लाइक वो क्या करेगा, पहले 100 लोगों को भेजेगा and check how people are reacting. Is people liking, is people commenting, how much minutes they are watching, and based on it it will spread more. It will send now to 200 based upon it. Okay. So generally if you see that my content is big, so you have to decide. So 1 hour content, 45 minutes content, because it's a big system design topics. The people do not see during daytime, they will see during weekends and all. सो उस तरह का क्या होता है कि यहाँ पे प्लेलिस्ट बनाने का क्या फायदा होता है. सो पीपल विल गो sequentially 1 2 3, they will go sequentially. So even today you have a less view, but if somebody is following your playlist, that video will grow maybe after some days when the people following your playlist come to that video. So playlist is very necessary, proper maintain order of your videos. Write post in engaging manner. So see, sometimes some if you see that somebody write make very good video and they just see that hey, this is my new video link, see it, and they don't get a lot of views from those engaging posts. Why? So you have to tell people why they watch your video, man, what you have done the analysis, what you have showed. कुछ तो बताओ आप कि क्यों देखे आपका वीडियो, राइट? सो यू हैव टू स्टार्ट राइटिंग एंगेजिंग पोस्ट that if somebody sees that hey okay Shash ne ye analysis kiya hai, all these things he had told, let's see. Do cross platform engagement. I will tell you when I will tell about LinkedIn. So cross platform engagement बहुत जरूरी है, right? And remember this graph and remember see the LinkedIn graph. Create a roadmap. So see, अगर आपके चैनल पे कोई आके पढ़ रहा है, तो राइट, अगर आप कोई टीचिंग का पढ़ा रहे हो, तो एक रोड मैप बहुत जरूरी है. रोड मैप क्यों जरूरी है? क्योंकि उसको कोई भी व्यूअर्स है, दे हैव टू नो दैट व्हाट कंटेंट दे कैन एक्सपेक्ट फ्रॉम योर आउट ऑफ योर चैनल, वेयर आर यूर गोइंग. ठीक है, आपका विजन क्या है पढ़ाने का, या आप रैंडमली कुछ भी पढ़ाए जा रहे हो. ठीक है, तो यू शुड हैव अ प्रॉपर रोड मैप विच यू शोकेस दैट हे नो आई हैव अ विजन, expect all these things videos. Okay, this will brings more confidence. Now what you should don't do as a YouTuber. First thing, don't try to understand YouTube algorithm. Many people will come and say that hey, I understand YouTube algorithm, आप ऐसा ऐसा करो, आपका channel grow हो जाएगा. There is like YouTube, understanding YouTube algorithm is very very difficult, right? Those who have lakhs of subscribers, they are not getting views. So forget about it. Like, I understand YouTube algorithm. Focus on your viewers, focus on your content, focus on the engagement. Like whatever the algorithm YouTube might be using, it will promote you. But don't that say that okay, this is the algorithm I understand, now I will focus what many people say that I understand YouTube algorithm, and they have made a video on top of it. Don't message and ask people to subscribe your channel. It will impact channel in a wrong way. देखो, मेरे पास कभी भी और मैसेज आते हैं दोस्त फ्रॉम दैट, हे श्रेयांश, आई हैव स्टार्टेड अ न्यू चैनल, प्लीज सब्सक्राइब. So they, I know that they might be going to the 100 of people and asking subscribe. ये आपके चैनल को और इम्पैक्ट करेगा इन अ बैड वे. हाउ? आई टोल्ड यू इन द फर्स्ट दैट कि YouTube आपके मान के चलो आपने 1000 सब्सक्राइबर कर लिए, यू हैव मेड 1000 सब्सक्राइबर बाय आस्किंग पीपल हे सब्सक्राइब सब्सक्राइब सब्सक्राइब. Now let's say you posted some video, YouTube will send to the 100 people, hey, Shreyansh has posted this video, would you like to see? You have forced them to subscribe, you have asked them to subscribe, they have no interest in watching. So if they don't watch, YouTube will get say that okay, मैंने 100 लोगों को भेजा, 100 में से खाली 2 लोगों ने देखा, means content is not good, click through ratio is bad, and it will not promote your video more. So let your videos and subscriber go organically. Don't ask people to subscribe your channel. That's why I say it's impact your channel in a wrong way. Third thing is don't expect too much. कभी कभार क्या होता है कि कोई कोई वीडियो होता है ना जिसपे आई पुट डे एंड नाइट कि यार ये बहुत अच्छा बना है, दिस इज समथिंग आई हैव टेल इन डेप्थ, इस पे व्यूज आएंगे, पीपल विल लाइक इट वेरी मच, बट इट डजंट हैपन. कभी कभार तो वो वीडियो और ज्यादा प्रमोट ही नहीं होता बिल्कुल भी, राइट? सो समटाइम इट हर्ट्स कि यार चल तो रहा ही नहीं है, मैं क्यों बनाऊं. So this things comes in your journey. So one thing is don't expect too much. Just continuously without expectation. Keep little expectation, but don't expect too much. It will hurt you and it will also demotivate sometimes. क्या चल तो रहा नहीं है, मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ. Don't take things personally if you get negative comments. So see, when you become a content creator, right, you should be ready. Positive comments के लिए, negative comments के लिए. Lot of harsh comments will come also. So you have to be ready for those. You don't have to fight also, right? So here what will happen is sometime I get a comment like कि शांश पहले आप खुद तो पहले फैंग में जाओ, तब जाके आप कंटेंट क्रिएट करना, right? So take it easy, don't take it personally, right? So everybody has their own opinion. So that's what I'm saying, when you start into this journey, right, you have to be chill minded, you have to be open minded कि मेरे को पॉजिटिव भी आएंगे तो नेगेटिव भी आएंगे, नेगेटिव आएंगे, सो डोंट हैव टू फाइट विद दोस पर्सन trying to prove them wrong and trying to prove me right. You have to take in a constructive manner कि ठीक है, I will work on it, but you have to continuously work toward your goal, right? So Malika said
Yes, so I wanted to add on something, Shreyansh here. So guys who are still here
not
and
sure what.
listening very actively, are you able to hear me, Shreyansh? I think he accidentally left.
Okay.
So guys who all are here
Don't try to
and
copy
actively listening,
someone. Be
Shreyansh, just give me a moment. Actually, you're not audible.
sorry.
right now, and your screen
Okay.
is obviously not visible. Can you please just stop sharing? Yes, yes. And who all are here for the certificates? So this would be something that you can definitely take away from this session. A very nice certificate. So can I get some this emoji? Really sorry, I'll just.
So is
Mm,
it something better?
yes, it is better now. So
I
guys, can I just get this emoji in the chat section right now? So you would be getting the certificate for attending this very informative webinar, which is held very nicely by Shreyansh. So that would be something you can take away from this session. Create some more rocket emojis, guys. I can see that the energy is getting low here. Although we do have a lot of people, where is the energy? Where's the Josh? Great. Now I would be sending in the link to grab your certificates. Here's the form, fill it up, and just take up your certificates. And just let me know if you want me to take you on a journey. Like if you want me to go through the form, will you be able to fill it by yourself or do you need assistance? Yes, Yash. Great. I'm just sending the link again before Shreyansh continues. Here's the link. Just make sure that you're filling that up. All right, over to you, Shreyansh. Thank you so much.
ठीक है. सो अब मैं शेयर नहीं करूंगा, मैं आपको थोड़ा वैसे ही बताता हूँ. ठीक है. तो अब एक और डोंट में यूट्यूब में एक और क्या था कि जैसे ही आप यूट्यूब से थोड़ा सा अर्निंग करना स्टार्ट करते हो, एज सून एज यू विल स्टार्ट अर्निंग फ्रॉम यूट्यूब, द फर्स्ट थिंग कम्स टू माय माइंड में कि अब मैं इसी पे फुल टाइम करता हूँ. डोंट डू दैट. डोंट लीव योर जॉब एंड फोकस ऑन यूट्यूब. यूट्यूब इज वेरी अनस्टेबल. आज आपके 1 लाख व्यू आ गए, नेक्स्ट डे मे बी यू विल पुट अनदर वीडियो, यू विल गेट ओनली 200 व्यूज. So keep it like until and unless you don't make it a stable and your earning from YouTube is more than this, don't think about leaving the job. Also, don't mix it with your current job. It will impact both. ठीक है. अगर आपका ऑफिस टाइमिंग है 10 to 6, तो 6 बजे बाद जो भी करो यूट्यूब का काम करो. ठीक है. डोंट इन ऑफिस टाइम, डोंट कीप more on the YouTube work and all. Don't mix your office work and YouTube. Keep YouTube, it will take some line, एक boundary बन जाएगी, so that you will have like अच्छा focus on both. Otherwise mix up करोगे ना, so both will get impact. ठीक है. तो अगर YouTube से रिलेटेड अगर कोई भी डाउट है तो let me know. Now I'll tell you about I'll just share a screen for 2 minutes and after that I will unshare it so that I hope कि वापस ना अटके. तो यहाँ पे मैं एज अ स्क्रीन शेयर कर रहा हूँ कि अब लिंक्डइन के हाउ टू ग्रो एज अ लिंक्डइन कंटेंट क्रिएटर. सो द सेम थिंग. ठीक है. द सेम थिंग हैपेंड दिस थिंग राइट कि यहाँ पे नाउ आई हैव अ लिंक्डइन 40,000 सब्सक्राइब 40,000 फॉलोअर्स. नाउ हियर इफ यू सी द ग्राफ. ठीक है. 1 साल पहले जब मैं कोई पोस्ट डालता था, हाउ मच पीपल सी इट? 27. Now today when I post something, how much people see it? Around 80,000 people. Right. I will stop it so that and also see 1 साल पहले 4 फॉलोअर्स बनते थे क्योंकि जब पोस्ट डालता था 27 में से कोई 4. टुडे अराउंड 343 फॉलोअर्स डे के हैं. सो हाउ आई ग्रो इन 1 year फ्रॉम दिस टू दिस. ठीक है. तो ये इसके भी थोड़े बहुत डूज है जो मैं आपको बताता हूँ, बट स्टॉप स्क्रीन शेयरिंग को रोक के नहीं चाहता मैं वापस रुके. ठीक है. तो देखो पहली चीज आपको करना क्या है कि आपको लिंक्डइन पे अपना क्रिएटर मोड ऑन करना है. यू हैव टू टर्न ऑन द क्रिएटर मोड इन द लिंक्डइन. ठीक है. एज सुन एज यू विल टर्न ऑन द क्रिएटर मोड यू विल गेट लॉट ऑफ इनसाइट, लॉट ऑफ एनालिटिक्स टूल्स विच यू कैन मॉनिटर. राइट. सेकेंड थिंग, पिक द टॉपिक विच यू विल पोस्टिंग और शेयरिंग. ठीक है. ऐसा मत करो कि ओके टुडे यू आर पोस्टिंग अबाउट सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियर. Now suddenly you start talking about something totally unrelated for a long. Once in a while it's okay कि भाई हाँ कहीं और का कुछ पोस्ट कर दिया, कोई चीज प्रमोट कर ली, it's okay. But as an overview, stick to one domain. Hey, my domain is backend developer, so I post about as a software engineer, how to grow as a software engineer, system design, DSA. So my domain is this, software engineer. लेकिन मैं कोई भी ऐसा प्रमोशनल पोस्ट नहीं आएंगे ज्यादा की रोज की बिल्कुल आउट ऑफ द कॉन्टेक्स्ट ही चल रहा है. तो स्टेप ऑफ कॉन्टेक्स्ट ऑफ योर पोस्ट. यूज डायग्राम्स. ठीक है, अपने डायग्राम यूज करो इंस्टेड ऑफ यूजिंग अ सेल्फी. और ये आजकल लिंक्डइन पे ट्रेंड है. ठीक है, यू पोस्ट समथिंग that instead of that use certain diagrams. और कुछ जो भी आप एक पेज पे या तो कुछ इमेज बनाओ या कुछ डायग्राम के थ्रू पीपीटी बना के अपलोड करो. तो दैट वुड बी हेल्पफुल फॉर टेक लिंक. लिंक्डइन पे अगर आप दूसरों के प्रोफाइल पे एक्सपेक्ट लेस on your post also. So LinkedIn is this only, give and take. So you have to be more engaging on others post also, because you also expecting the same thing. So this one I noticed, right? So as soon as when you start engaging more on other profiles, suggesting or anything, you will see automatically that your profile also views are up, right? So this is happen, give and take is happen. Okay.
It is better now. You are audible. You can go on. It was lagging in between earlier. It is lagging again. Shreyansh, you're not audible. Is my voice lagging, guys? Or is Shreyansh the only one who's facing network issues? Okay, am I, Kalpana, am I audible clearly? Okay, only Shreyansh's voice is lagging. Shreyansh, can you please try joining in again? Yes, Aniruddha. Okay, so I believe that Shreyansh is facing some serious network issues.
Families को. So I know many people in. So consider LinkedIn as an open one, like stranger. क्या यार ये stranger is. Okay, so I'm getting a lag. Okay, seems it's for it, guys. Like didn't expect that to happen today at all.
You're not audible, Shreyansh. I think you're on mute or something because you're completely not audible, Abhi. So, Rishika, thank you so much for filling the form. But you will be receiving that within 72 hours, like after filling up the form, right? Apart from Rishika and Manoj, who all have filled the form. All right, so we would be launching a poll soon. Just make sure that you're putting your input in there. All right, guys, and just be very interactive. I can see that you guys are not asking any questions right now. Shransh's voice is not audible, but he will be. So just make sure that you are completely and very much interacting throughout the session. Great, yeah. But there are a lot of people who have joined in today. Not many of you have filled up the form. Why so? Do you want me to send the link again? I will be sending the I have sent the form link again for you guys to just fill up and grab your certificates right away. You will be getting that within 72 hours. And just make sure that you're putting your input in the poll as well, so that I can see how many of you have done that. Great. Any questions, guys? I am already enrolled for full stack in AccioJob. That is great, yaar, Ajay. Great, Yash.
Hey, hi, folks. How are you all doing? Okay, so my name is Manik, and I am from team AccioJob, and I just wanted to have a quick conversation with all of you until Shreyansh joins us back, and all of you will be then able to hear him. All right. So before I, kind of ask all of you about what you've been up to and, what are you planning to do in the future, I can see that we have a bunch of people who are from the tech background, and then a lot of you are also pursuing things which are non-technical. But I'm like really curious to understand when you say that you want to make a career in software development or you want to make a career in tech. Uh, what is the primary reason? You can let me know your answers in the chat box. What is that one major reason for which you actually want to make a career in tech? What is that reason? I'm really curious to know this from each and every one of you who can hear me. We have around 80 people right now in this session with us. So I want 80 answers in the chat box as fast as we can. Okay, I'm repeating and reiterating on my question that I've asked all of you. It is very simple. A lot of you said earlier when we were asking you, what do you want to do? आप में से बहुत सारे लोगों ने बोला था कि हमें सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपमेंट में काम करना है या फिर टेक्निकल जॉब लेनी है. तो मैं बस आपसे ये जानना चाहता हूँ, व्हेन यू टेल मी दैट आई वांट टू वर्क इन टेक और इन सॉफ्टवेयर, व्हाई, what is that one primary reason or the major reason because of which you have decided to make a career in tech? Okay, so Akshay says challenges and pay. Aman says it has better scope than commerce. Nancy says pay. Karan says the bloom of the IT industry. All right. Okay. What else? So I can see right now, majorly all of you are directly or indirectly indicating that you want to make more money. That is why you want to make a career in software development. Is that right? Lokesh is saying world has moved into tech revolution. I think I need to be a part of it to rapidly grow in career, to improve my skills. I really enjoy coding and want to learn new tech. Okay, lots of things to learn, high paying and opportunity to work in a culture oriented place. We code as developer and we can then see our work. We will get the results instantly. Okay, that's amazing. All right. So my follow-up question to you is that to become a software developer, there are certain skills that you need to attain and you need to achieve in order to kind of crack your dream job. Do you know or can you tell me what those skills are? आप में से कोई भी या फिर सब लोग मुझे बता सकते हैं चैट बॉक्स में लिख के कि अगर आपको सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपर बनना है या फिर आपको एक जॉब, आपकी कोई भी ड्रीम जॉब आपको क्रैक करनी है, तो किस किस तरीके के skills आपके पास होने चाहिए as a candidate, as an employee, as someone who wants to make a career in tech. Okay, so Aryan is saying, where is the form to fill? Malika, can you please share the form once again? So Nancy says problem solving, DSA majorly. Okay, I think Nancy is quite aware about the current market. DSA, problem solving approach, programming, empathy. All right. What else? What else? A lot of you are saying problem solving. A lot of you are saying can-do attitude or, good hands-on programming, good communication, problem solving. What about good interview prep? What about aptitude? Do you feel that is also important? Okay, communication, good knowledge about programming. All right. Yes, it is. DSA and good communication and aptitude. Okay. All right. So I think I do have a lot of answers in the chat box, and it seems like that all of you folks are quite aware about the skills that you need to attain in order to, land your dream job. Now, a follow-up question on that is that what kind of challenges do you all currently face with acquiring these skills? Currently, आपको अब आपको पता है आपको क्या करना है, आपको ये पता है वो करने के लिए आपके पास किस किस तरीके के स्किल्स होने चाहिए, बट उन स्किल्स को एक्वायर करने के लिए आपको करंटली किन किन तरीकों के चैलेंजेस आते हैं या दिक्कत आती है या इश्यूज आते हैं, वो आप मेरे को प्लीज एक बार चैट बॉक्स में लिख के बताइए. What kind of issues or skills or skill sets do you think that you currently lack, or you need to make them more strong in order to land a good job? Okay, so Jagdish is saying communication skills, leadership, patience. Akarshan is saying my introvert nature. Aman is saying unable to find proper environment and knowledge. Lokesh is saying communication skills. All right, what else? Do you feel that you would probably need help with some mock interviews or resume building sessions? Something of this sort is would be helpful for you. किसी को लगता है कि अगर मैं ब्रॉडली डिवाइड करूं एक जॉब एज अ सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपर अगर आपको चाहिए तो उसके लिए क्या क्या चाहिए? एक तो चाहिए आपको टेक्निकल स्किल सेट जिसमें डीएसए आ जाएगा, कोडिंग नॉलेज आ जाएगी, राइट? उसके अलावा टू गेट अ जॉब इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, एज ऑल ऑफ यू हैव मेंशन्ड, इट इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू हैव गुड कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स, स्ट्रक्चर्ड थिंकिंग. Very important to have an impressive resume or a impressive CV. I think that is also something that is really really important. Good aptitude and practice on actually speaking and clearing and doing a lot more of mock interviews. Do you think that is something which makes sense? लगता है आपको कि मैं सही बात कर रहा हूँ? टेक्निकल एस्पेक्ट तो एक कंप्लीटली अलग चीज है जो होनी ही होनी चाहिए if you are planning to land a job in IT or tech or in software. But apart from that, you should also have, all of the soft skills, resume building, basically street smart. So ऐसा होना चाहिए कि अगर आप सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपमेंट के रोल के लिए भी अप्लाई कर रहे हैं बट आपसे कोई जनरल नॉलेज समथिंग पूछ ले, so you're able to have context and you're able to articulate and put your thoughts in a very structured manner in front of the interviewer. I think that is one key skill that a lot of us knowingly unknowingly हमसे मिस हो जाता है. हमें लगता है कि यार मतलब 80% या 90% वैल्यू तो मेरे टेक्निकल स्किल्स की है, बाकी तो मैं कर ही लूंगा, सीख ही लूंगा. बट उस अप्रोच की वजह से कहीं ना कहीं वो जो एक इम्पॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट है वो हमारा लैक होने लग जाता है. Do you agree with what I've said? If you have, you can probably just put in a thumbs up in the chat box or show it here, or probably just raise your hand so that I know all of the people who are raising their hands do agree with me on this. Okay. So I have received a thumbs up from Yash. Anyone else who agrees with me on that can let me know in the chat box. Some analysis knowledge. Okay, Mohammed, Kalpana, Akarshan, Aishwarya, Mahima, Aman. Who else? Aniruddha, Accio student. All right. Rahul, Mohammed Nihal. Okay, so we do have a lot of folks who kind of agree with me on whatever I have just mentioned. All right. So अब हमने क्या क्या discuss करा है? I'm kind of putting a quick summary for people who might not have gotten a chance to listen to me earlier. So we have actually identified people who want to make a career in tech. Then we also spoke about what kind of skill sets do you think you require to achieve or attain that dream job. What kind of challenges or skill sets do you currently feel that you lack? Now, my follow-up question on the last question is, what have you done so far to kind of make up or make make your weak area stronger? तो अभी आप सभी लोगों ने मुझे ये बताया है कि कौन सी चीजें आपको लगती हैं कि आपकी इतनी स्ट्रांग नहीं है. अब मैं आपसे ये जानना चाहता हूं कि आपने क्या क्या करा है at your personal level to ensure that you are able to improve your weak areas or weak skill sets. Can you please let me know that in the chat box? So Aniruddha says that she has worked on it but wasn't good enough. So how did you work on it, Aniruddha, is something that I want to know. What have you done to kind of ensure that you're working on your weak areas. तो देखो मतलब मैं आपको बताना क्या चाह रहा हूँ, मैं आपको ये बताना चाह रहा हूँ कि एक हमारा एम है जॉब पाना, दूसरा हमारा एक सेल्फ अवेयरनेस है टू अंडरस्टैंड कि उस जॉब को पाने के लिए क्या क्या चाहिए होगा। फिर उसमें से हमने आइडेंटिफाई कर लिया कि अच्छा जो चाहिए चीजें उसमें से ये तो मेरी स्ट्रांग है, ये मेरी वीक है। अब जो वीक चीजें हैं उसको सॉल्व करने के लिए हमने पर्सनली कौन सी चीजें करी हैं, व्हाट आर द एफर्ट्स or ways or platforms or mentors or anything that we have done at our personal level to ensure that we are able to land our dream job. Okay, Akarshan is saying try to be more social and had better conversation with confidence. All right. Yash is saying that I have a lack of communication skills, so I started learning about it and started to talk about my weak points to my people. All right. Mohammed Saad is saying that I learn most of questions that asked in interview from YouTube. Aman Priya is saying that I started communicating with unknown people to overcome my fear. That's absolutely amazing. And Abhi is saying that I learned Java, but lack of communication or opportunities. Okay. And Pragati is saying that I have tableau skill. All right. ओके सो अभी हमने डिस्कस कर लिया कि हमारे वीक एरियाज कौन से हैं, हमने किस किस तरीके से उसे सॉल्व करने की कोशिश करी है, कौन से हमें चैलेंजेस आते हैं। एंड इट इज आई थिंक इट इज एविडेंट, आई एम नॉट जनरलाइजिंग बट फ्रॉम व्हाटएवर रिस्पॉन्सेज आई हैव रिसीव्ड इन द चैट बॉक्स, मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि सॉफ्ट स्किल्स जो है, कम्युनिकेशन जो है, जनरल एप्टीट्यूड जो है, उस चीज पे हमें और ज्यादा काम करना है। डू यू ऑल अग्री विद मी ऑन दिस? How to have a conversation, how to structure our thoughts, how to articulate, how to speak with confidence, stuff like this, basically. So I think I am getting a yes from a lot of you in the chat box. So I think that is true. And what's absolutely amazing and, really, really applaudable about all of you is that all of you are very, very self-aware. है ना? तो हमने एक बैटल तो ऑलरेडी जीत ली है, वो बैटल है जानना कि भाई हमें करना क्या है या फिर हमें कहाँ पे ज्यादा मेहनत करनी है। सो वंस वी हैव आइडेंटिफाइड दैट वी हैव ऑलरेडी won half a battle. Now all we have to do is to figure out how what is the best way to improve what I want to improve. Correct? सो हर किसी के लिए वो तरीका अलग अलग हो सकता है। जैसे आप में से किसी ने बोला कि मैं यूट्यूब से मॉक इंटरव्यू देखता हूँ या फिर मैं रैंडम स्ट्रेंजर से ज्यादा बात करता हूँ टू ओवरकम माय फियर, और आई एम एन इंट्रोवर्ट बट आई स्पीक मोर, आई टॉक मोर so that I am able to kind of overcome that fear of talking to strangers. I think that is absolutely amazing to all of you. So here, can we actually have a huge round of applause for ourselves? Right? Because I think it is commendable, and hats off to all of you who have actually identified and have started working towards your weak areas to ensure that you're able to land your dream job. So एक बार quickly a pat on your back, a quick round of applause for all of you who are actually listening to me here as well. All right, so that's amazing. अब मैं आपसे एक छोटी सी चीज जानना चाहता हूं. आई थिंक इट्स अ yes or no question. We have again about 80 people on this call. How many of you are actually associated or learning from AccioJob? How many of you are AccioJob students and how many of you are not? A simple yes or no question that I want all of you to answer. How many of you are learning from AccioJob? If you are, then type a yes. If you aren't, then you can say no. Very simple. Okay, so yes, no, yes, no. We have a lot of you who are not learning from AccioJob. That's completely okay. And we have a few of you who are already learning from AccioJob as well. All right, okay. But especially for people who are saying that they are not learning from AccioJob, are you aware about what AccioJob is and what do we do? क्या आप लोगों को थोड़ा सा आइडिया है कि AccioJob क्या है, हम क्या करते हैं, and in general what this platform is all about? So I am getting a lot of yeses in the chat box. I believe फंडामेंटली वो yes ही होगा because that is why you are here. अगर आपको नहीं पता होता है कि AccioJob क्या है, हम क्या करते हैं, तो आप probably सेशन में भी नहीं आते. So I think I've gotten my answer to that question. So folks, to kind of summarize it for all of you, what we do is we help students and we help even working professionals attain skills in general that will help them in their life. Okay, so it is very generic. I'm not saying that we only help people who want to make a career in tech. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that we are here to kind of give you jobs. That is also not something that I'm saying. What I'm saying is that we help you attain certain qualities, certain skill sets that will help you in your life. What do I mean by that is that if AccioJob or any other platform or any friend or any mentor for that matter is able to help you with your communication skills, that is something that will help you for life. वो सिर्फ आपको जॉब में हेल्प नहीं करेगा वो स्किल सेट, वो आपको इन जनरल लाइफ में हेल्प करेगा. करेक्ट? If any platform or any mentor or any trainer is able to help you with better time management, that is again a skill set that will not only help you professionally, but personally in your life as well. Do you all agree with me on this? Agar, if you agree, to ek baar please, you know the drill now. Quick thumbs up, quick yes in the chat box. So idea is very simple. Idea ye hai ki sabse pehle what we should do is before we, kind of start running in a race of finding a job, or we are running in a race to be competitive कि यार मेरा बैचमेट था, मेरा क्लासमेट था, मेरा जूनियर था, सीनियर था, मैं कॉलेज में उसके मेरे कम से मेरे से कम नंबर आते थे, उसकी यहाँ पे जॉब लग गई, उसकी वहां पे जॉब लग गई. Before we do that, let us take 5, 10, 15 minutes and sit with ourselves. एक कमरे में शांति से अपने साथ बैठो और सोचो कि यार who am I? It is very important to kind of understand. आप में से कुछ लोगों के साथ ऐसा हुआ होगा या ऐसा हो सकता है इन फ्यूचर की अभी आपको लग रहा है कि यार आई वांट टू गेट अ जॉब इन सॉफ्टवेयर, है ना? हो सकता है आपको मिल भी जाए वो जॉब, तब जाके आपको लगे कि नो, दिस इज नॉट माय कॉलिंग, दिस इज नॉट समथिंग दैट आई विल एंजॉय फॉर वेरी वेरी लॉन्ग. So it is very, very important for you to understand who are you, what kind of work you will enjoy, and why will you enjoy that work. If you are able to kind of give answers to yourself, आपको किसी और को explain नहीं करना है. सबसे बड़ा और सबसे ज्यादा important interview अपने साथ ही होता है. पहले अपने आप को समझाओ कि यार मैं कौन हूं, मेरे क्या स्ट्रॉन्ग एरियाज है, मेरे को लाइफ में क्या करना है, मैं लंबे टाइम तक कौन से टाइप का काम एंजॉय कर सकता हूं, राइट, एंड व्हाई. अगर मैं वो काम एंजॉय कर रहा हूं तो क्यों एंजॉय कर रहा हूं. क्या मैं, अगर मैं सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपमेंट करता हूं तो क्या मैं कोई ऐसा प्रोडक्ट बना रहा हूं जो लाखों करोड़ों लोग यूज करेंगे और उनकी लाइफ इजी होगी, या फिर मैं कोई ऐसा प्रोडक्ट बना रहा हूं जो कोई बिजनेस यूज करेगा या नहीं करेगा और मैं उस बिजनेस से कनेक्ट ही नहीं करता. करेक्ट? सो इट इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू answer yourself, what do I want to do, why do I want to do it, and will I be happy doing this thing in the long run. Once you've answers to these questions, then you will be extremely focused. तो आपका एक जो अंदर bias है, जो दुविधा है ना दिल के अंदर, वो खत्म हो जाएगी और तब जो आपका फोकस होगा, जो आपका एम होगा, that will be really really and very clear. Okay, so this is one exercise that I want all of all of the attendees who are here with me right now to kind of do whenever you get a chance to do that. Yes, Akarshan, I completely agree with you on this, that all of us, we have short-term and long-term goals, but sometimes these goals also overlap, right? And sometimes we are unable to identify कि short कौन सा है और long कौन सा है. अगर जॉब पाना is a short-term goal for you in software, that doesn't necessarily mean that you will be doing that in the long term as well, right? So sometimes there is an overlap, sometimes there is a bit of a distinction, sometimes short and long term goals are completely polar. So it is very very important for us to kind of understand and bifurcate our short term and long term goals very very carefully, because these are some things that are going to impact our career and our life in the future. Okay, so that is one. Second thing that I wanted all of you to answer is, apart from all of the life gyan and the technical gyan and job and money, whatever we have discussed, I am personally very, very curious to know that what kind of things or hobbies or areas of interest do you all have and you follow and you do in your free time? तो जब आप पढ़ नहीं रहे होते, जब आप सीख नहीं रहे होते, तो उस टाइम में व्हाट डू यू डू फॉर योर पर्सनल हैप्पीनेस? व्हाट काइंड ऑफ एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर्स और स्पोर्ट्स और म्यूजिक, व्हाट काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स डू यू you enjoy? So I see Aniruddha is saying play cricket, movies, gardening, gym. All right, what else? What else? Workout. और क्या क्या पसंद है हमें करना हमारे फ्री टाइम में? Recording songs, okay, boxing. What else? PUBG, okay, gym workout, painting, networking sites, web series, go for a walk with my friend, gym, play games online or offline. Okay, solving aptitude. Okay, so I understand that some of you would also have a class right now, so I won't take much of your time anyway. And yes, Saksham, I will absolutely make you the host. Let me do that right away if I can. Okay. Anime, solving aptitude. All right. So अब मैं आपसे एक बहुत important question पूछूंगा, and I think ये सबसे ज़्यादा important question है for today. How much time? Let's say that you work for X hours or you study for X hours a day. What percentage of that time do you invest in things that you like to do? जो आपने अभी चीजें लिखी हैं, कितना percent of your hours do you invest in doing things that you really love doing? Honest answers. 10%, 0%, 1 to 2. I'm not asking hours, Akshay, because हो सकता है आप 24 घंटे पढ़ते हो और उसमें से 1 घंटा काम करते हो. I'm just asking percentage. What percentage of your overall learning hours do you feel that you invest in doing things that you absolutely love doing? 30, 40%, 10%, 0%. All right, what else? 40%, 40%, 5 to 10%, 50%, 10, 20%, 30, 30%, 40%. Okay, so I think a conservative range here is around 30 to 40%, which is a healthy number. For people who have not been able to spend as much time as doing things that they love doing apart from studies and work and learning, they should increase this percentage, because it is very, very important to have a healthy balance in life. This is something that I've learned the hard way, but it is very, very important for all of us to ensure that we are doing and learning and experimenting with more things, not just personally, professionally or learning wise, बट करिकुलर वाइज एज वेल. अगर आपको कोई स्पोर्ट पसंद है, अलग अलग चीजें खेलिए. अगर आपको गाना गाना पसंद है, you know try and experiment and learn an instrument. You never know what kind of thing would you absolutely love. तो apart from studies, जैसे जब हमें कुछ सीखना होता है, कोई कोर्स करना होता है, हम अलग अलग जगहों पे देखते हैं, अलग अलग कोर्सेज करते हैं, अलग अलग जगहों से सीखते हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल यूट्यूब, AccioJob और भी जगहों से आप सीख रहे होंगे. Again, it is very important to invest healthy amount of time in things apart from learning as well. है ना? So I think this is a really good conversation to have, and I want all of you to kind of take few learnings from what is my learning percentage. Okay, so I would say that I do around 20%. 20% I invest on things that I love doing apart from work. So that is there. All right, good. So यार I think काफी जो आप सभी लोगों की अप्रोच है वो काफी सही है. And to even help you guys further, we are actually at AccioJob planning to launch a couple of other new exciting things and products for all of our students and students who actually want to make the most of it. तो उस चीज को लॉन्च करने के लिए, since we are launching it for students and working professionals, I think you guys play a very pivotal role in actually telling us कि market में क्या चल रहा है, किस चीज की ज्यादा डिमांड है, what do you think we should work on as a team. And for that we have actually shared this link with you. तो इस लिंक से दो चीजें होंगी. सबसे पहली चीज तो ये होगी that all of you will be helping us build a product that you actually want. And the second thing would be that all of you would get your certificates within 72 hours of this workshop completion. है ना? तो I would request all of you who have not gotten a chance to fill this form earlier कि आप एक बार इस फॉर्म को आराम से तसल्ली से भरना. आपको अपने बारे में भी कुछ नई नई चीजें पता चलेंगी. सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपमेंट के अलावा भी बहुत बड़ी एक दुनिया है ऑफ वर्क विच एग्जिस्ट आउटसाइड. सो वो कौन से डोमेन्स हैं, कौन से वर्टिकल्स हैं, कौन से एरियाज हैं, वो सब भी आपको पता चलेंगे व्हेन यू विल फिल अप दिस फॉर्म. अगर आपको लगता है कि आपने शुरू में फॉर्म जल्दी जल्दी में भर दिया था एंड इट वाज नॉट आइडियल, सो आप इस फॉर्म को दोबारा भी आराम से भर सकते हो. बट इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू इन्वेस्ट 2-3 minutes of your focused attention in filling up this form as well. All right. So I think Malika, can you share this form once again? A couple of people are requesting for the form in the chat box. Okay. So any questions you folks have for me before I leave and you folks carry on with your workshop? अगर किसी का भी कोई भी सवाल है, आप प्लीज एक बार मेरे से चैट बॉक्स में पूछ लीजिए and I will answer that for you. नो क्वेश्चंस, सब कुछ क्लियर है? आकर्षण, साक्षी, महमूद, लिखिता, श्रवणी. When will the course start? Okay, so if you have enrolled for our program, what you can do is you can actually get in touch with our customer support team, or you can get in touch with your batch manager for the course details. Which programming language is more important in the company? So I think from whatever I know, I am from a non-tech background, just to kind of clarify that for all of you. But from whatever I've learned so far, I believe Java is the answer to your question, Pragati. Yes, Aman, it is completely okay for you to go in tech, even if you are from a non-tech background. That is completely okay. But आपको वो exercise करनी जरूरी है जो मैंने आपको recommend करी थी. ऐसा ना हो कि आप किसी biased reason की वजह से tech में जाना चाह रहे हो. इसलिए बहुत important है खुद से बात करना, है ना? Sir, please give your views on improving intrapersonal skills. One word answer. I think the more you do it, the better you will be at it. Very simple. बाकी आप लेवल 2 या डी पर जाओगे तो बहुत सारी चीजें हैं आकर्षण. मतलब आप ऑडियो बुक सुनो, you listen to things, you read more, you speak more, but ultimately the more you do it personally, the more you will have conversations with people, the better you will become at it. साक्षी सिंह सर, BSc IT के बाद क्या करना चाहिए, MCA और MSc? Sakshi, I think if you are a student, you will be connected with Saksham very soon, and since he is the right person to answer that question, and I am from a non-tech background, so I won't be able to kind of adequately answer your question, so I will skip that. Okay. Pragati is saying, but what about business analytics programming language? So if you are keen on doing or exploring that, Pragati, we do have a program on data analytics that you can certainly check out. All right. I have more knowledge in other fields than my own tech field. So how can I increase my skills in my own field? Yes. So you will actually firstly need to figure out what kind of skills or technical skills do you lack. Then figure out whether you can manage to learn those skills on your own. तो होता क्या है कि usually हमें हमारी एक पर्सनालिटी होती है. वो पर्सनालिटी क्या होती है कि कुछ लोग होते हैं, आपने कॉलेज में स्कूल में भी देखा होगा कि ट्यूशन नहीं लेते हैं, कोचिंग नहीं लेते हैं, खुद से पढ़ते हैं और फोड़ देते हैं, है ना? कुछ लोग होते हैं जो खुद से फोड़ने की कोशिश करते हैं बट लुढ़क जाते हैं, और फिर कुछ लोग होते हैं जिनको थोड़ी सी असिस्टेंस मिल जाए तो वो फोड़ देते हैं, राइट? तो आपको पहले आइडेंटिफाई करना होगा कि आप कौन सी कैटेगरी में फॉलो इन करते हो. अगर आपको लगता है कि आपको कुछ असिस्टेंस चाहिए तो बहुत सारे प्लेटफॉर्म्स अवेलेबल हैं. AccioJob को भी आप चेकआउट कर सकते हो. वी हैव वन ऑफ द बेस्ट प्रोग्राम्स इन इंडिया सो फार, एंड वी आल्सो हैव top instructors from various fields who will be mentoring you directly. So you can also learn from us. You can also learn from any other platform, whatever works best for you. First, you should identify in which category do you fall. All right. Okay, Sai is saying, I want to improve my communication skills. Speak more. Speak more. आपको क्या होगा, आपके अंदर होता क्या है कि एक हेजिटेशन होती है स्टार्टिंग में कि यार मतलब व्हाट विल पीपल थिंक, अगर मैं बात करूंगी सही नहीं हुआ, ग्रामेटिकल मिस्टेक हो गई, प्रोनाउंसिएशन एरर हो गया तो क्या होगा। अरे भैया दुनिया बहुत छोटी है, कोई क्या सोचेगा ये तो सोचते रह जाएंगे तो फिर तो हो गई खत्म। जस्ट डू इट, जस्ट कीप डूइंग इट, ढीठ बन जाओ। मतलब पीपल शुड फील यार, मतलब ऐसा होना चाहिए कि इसको तो आती भी नहीं है तब भी बोल रही है, बोलने दो उनको। दिस इज द बिगेस्ट credit or the biggest positive comment that you can hear from everyone or anyone. Just keep at it, keep doing it, and it will automatically get better. If you have people, if you have mentors, if you have seniors, if you have friends, if you have family members who can help you out with that, then nothing like it. But agar nahi bhi hai to khud se karte jao. All right. Okay, we are sending the link once again in the chat box. That's okay, Mayank. We would have received your response and you will receive the certification within 72 hours. All right. Akarshan is saying, क्या कहेंगे और करने दो, बट वी कांट कम्युनिकेट। अगर आपको ऐसा लगता है आपने खुद से ट्राई करा है और नहीं हो पा रहा है क्वेश्चन, तो आप प्रोग्राम ज्वाइन कर लो। मतलब देन यू ज्वाइन a course or you join like a training boot camp or you explore courses from AccioJob, because that is something that we absolutely drill down upon. हमें पता है कि a lot of people, especially when we speak about tech और software, बहुत धुरंधर और 30 मार्का लोग भी बैठे हुए हैं इस फील्ड के अंदर, but they are also jobless and unemployed because of this sole reason कि उनके कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स वीक हैं, वो आर्टिकुलेट नहीं कर पाते अपने थॉट्स। अंदर तो सोच लेते हैं बट जब बोलते हैं तो वो चीज नहीं निकल के आ पाती जो वो बोलना चाहते थे। अगर आपको लगता है कि आपको ऐसी दिक्कत आ रही है, then I would highly recommend that you should explore our programs and join in one of our courses. All right. Okay, I'm a BBA student and I want to switch to tech domain. What problems am I going to face? All right, so again, a technical question. I think if you are absolutely a beginner, then there are certain bottlenecks or blockers that you might face, Akshay. And I think Saksham would again be the right person to answer your question. All right. Sir, what should I do after doing IT diploma in engineering? Again, a technical question. Saksham would be answering that, Mayank. सर हाउ सेल्फ कम्युनिकेशन विल हेल्प? नहीं आकर्षण, मैं ये नहीं कह रहा हूँ कि खुद से बातें करो, मैं ये कह रहा हूँ कि जस्ट बातें तो दूसरों से करो, बट यू आर, इफ यू डोंट हैव एनीवन टू हेल्प यू इम्प्रूव, देन यू जस्ट कीप डूइंग इट। मतलब आप खुद से बात करो, फिर एनालाइज करो कि ये जो बात हुई है, जो कॉन्वर्सेशन हुई है, मैं और बेटर कैसे कर सकता था, एंड देन यू मेक दोस चेंजेस एंड डू इट बेटर द नेक्स्ट टाइम। ओके। Yes, Karan, you will get the certificate. Don't worry. Even if you're able to see a blank screen after submitting, that's completely okay. Awesome. So I have taken 30 minutes extra from your workshop, and I am really apologetic for that. But I hope that all of you have learned at least something from this particular masterclass. So if you felt that this was a fun class to have, and you would probably look forward to having more of these master classes in the future as well, can you please let me know in the chat box? अगर आपको लगता है कि ये अच्छी क्लास थी, आपने कुछ ना कुछ या कोई भी एक चीज नई आज की क्लास में सीखी, और आप ऐसी वर्कशॉप्स या सेमिनार्स या मास्टर क्लासेस फ्यूचर में भी और चाहेंगे AccioJob होस्ट करे, तो प्लीज एक बार चैट बॉक्स में मुझे लिख के बता दीजिए। थैंक यू सो मच आकर्षण, सेम हियर। You're welcome, Aishwarya. Thank you, Aman. Thank you, Shashi. Okay, so 5 लोगों को ही चाहिए दोबारा वर्कशॉप। We have about 55 people right now. Come on. क्या बाकी लोग खाना खा रहे हैं, सो रहे हैं, गर्लफ्रेंड बॉयफ्रेंड से बातें चल रही हैं कॉल पे? व्हाट इज हैपनिंग? आई वांट मोर पीपल टू काइंड ऑफ मेंशन। आप नो भी लिख सकते हो। आई डोंट वांट ऑल ऑफ यू टू necessarily write yes in the chat box only. If you didn't enjoy the workshop, or if you feel that we can improve somehow, or we can talk about some specific skills or make it a themed workshop, You can also let us know in the chat box below, because we are always eager to learn and improve and bring you workshops that all of you enjoy. All right. So Pragati, I am actually not an instructor. I have joined AccioJob recently only, but happy to connect with all of you once again. I think I thoroughly enjoyed, speaking with all of you. I actually wanted this workshop to be a normal Zoom session instead of a webinar, so that I would have seen all of you on video and interacted with you in person as well. तो अगली बार हम जब भी करेंगे workshop webinar mode में नहीं करेंगे. इसको हम नॉर्मल जूम सेशन करेंगे, ताकि मैं आप सब लोगों की वीडियो भी देख सकूं, आप सब लोग अनम्यूट करके मेरे से डायरेक्टली भी बात कर सकें. ऑलराइट, वुड यू लाइक दैट? Webinar or normal Zoom? Come on, a quick poll. I'm not launching it officially, but you can let me know in the chat box. Normal Zoom. Okay, Karan says normal Zoom. Yes, Akarshan, that is what I mentioned when I said normal Zoom. If we are able to do a normal Zoom workshop, तो हम वीडियो ऑन करके एकदम खुल के आराम से बात कर सकते हैं. We can also do like a short communication exercise, वो interaction, वो सब कुछ भी हम कर पाएंगे. All right, so I think काफी evident ही है. All of you are requesting us to kind of do a normal Zoom session. We would certainly do that. एक और चीज आप क्विकली मुझे बता दीजिए कि आप सभी लोगों को वीकडेज ज्यादा सूट करते हैं या वीकेंड्स, और कौन सा टाइम सूट करता है टू अटेंड अ वर्कशॉप? वीकडेज और वीकेंड्स, एंड व्हाट टाइम? वीकेंड्स, ओके. Weekdays, weekends, and what time? Sunday, all right, weekend. So I think weekend is finalized then. We will do the next workshop on a weekend and in the evening. ठीक है, तो कोई प्लान नहीं बनाएगा फिर सैटरडे या संडे को बाहर जाने का, घूमने का, खाने पीने जाने का. If we are doing a workshop on the weekend, then we are doing it, and we are dedicating a couple of hours to learning then. All right. Awesome. Thank you so much, everyone, for having me here and listening to me and bearing me for, since the last 30 minutes. It was a pleasure to kind of get to know you, how much I believe that I would be able to know you better in person once we do a normal Zoom session. And right now, I think all of you can carry on with your live class, which will go on till 11:30 in the night. And people who are here, who are non-AccioJob students, can ensure that they have filled the form so that we're able to receive your responses and also release your certificates within 72 hours. And once you have filled the form, you can drop off from this session. We have taken a note of your request, and the next time that we are doing a masterclass or comms class, we will notify you again. All right. No problem, Aman. No problem, Akarshan. All right. Thank you so much, folks, for having me here. Okay, Malika, can we please make Saksham the host so that he can carry on with the workshop? Awesome. Thank you so much, folks. Thank you so much for having me here. Bye-bye. Bye.
Yeah, guys, I think you can hear me, right? Is the voice clear to everyone?
Hi, Saksham. Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I think you can see my screen as well. And yeah, I guess I am visible as well. Yeah, is the voice clear, guys? I think you can see the screen as well, right? Yeah. So I think those who were not present yesterday, I discussed a lot of points yesterday. We can just wrap up through that points as well, and then we can get started. I'll just share this doc with everyone else. And I think all of you have joined Discord, right? Have you watched yesterday's recording? I think I've shared the Discord link in the chat as well. So you can join the Discord. I'll just show you from where you can find out yesterday recording as well. And then we can get started, right? How many of you were present yesterday as well? Like, or this is your first class? Yeah. So those who are not aware, like I am Saksham. I work as a SG at Microsoft, and I will be your instructor for this pre-course. And if you join the sapling program or the beginners pre-course, then I will be your instructor as well. So I'll just paste the recording link of yesterday class also here so that you can watch yesterday class as well. And then we can get started. I'll just share that link. Yeah, so this is a recording of yesterday's class. I've pasted it here in this doc. I'll just share this link as well with you. Those who have joined the Discord will be able to find out all the recordings in this particular channel. I'll just paste that 18th April recording. So this is a recording link for yesterday's class. I am just sharing this doc with everyone. All of you can try opening it and you will be able to find out every detail related to the class in this doc, right? I'll just change the chat setting as well so that it does not disturb everyone, like there are no notification pop-ups. I think now you can directly message me, and first we can continue with the class and then we can have one-on-one doubt session as well, right? We can discuss any doubts which you are having. I think there were some technical doubts, so I can take over that, right? Can you guys confirm, is the voice completely clear? Guys, is the voice clear to everyone? I think you can open the doc as well, right? Is everyone able to open the doc? I guess you can open the doc. You will be able to find out yesterday's recording as well. So we will be using this doc for everything, like all the codes, every notes which we make, we will try to paste it in this doc as well. Also, I think this whiteboard is also visible where we will try to study everything with the help of some diagrams. So those things we will try to do, right? Correct. I think this thing is also clear to everyone. Yeah, so let's get started. I think we can quickly get started from this particular part. So let's start. So how many of you are familiar with basic of programming? So today we will start first with the programming part and we will try to learn basics of Java as well. This thing we will try to do. So don't worry if you are from a non-tech background and if you are not aware of programming as well, then also we will try to understand what is programming and we will try to learn it in an easy way, right? That will be the main agenda. So let's get started. So first of all, let's start with a real life example. I think all of you are familiar with a calculator, right? All of you know how does a calculator work. All of you are familiar with this calculator. Like if in a calculator, if you write some input like 5 plus 5, then what do you think will be the output? Like basically what thing we are doing, we are providing some input to the calculator. What this calculator will try to do now? अब ये कैलकुलेटर क्या करेगा, जैसे अगर हमने कोई भी इनपुट दिया है इस कैलकुलेटर को, so what this calculator will try to do? Guys, what this calculator will try to do? It will try to give you some output, correct? Like if we provide any particular input, then it will try to give some output. So in a program also the same thing we will try to do. Programming में भी हम same ही चीज करने की कोशिश करेंगे. What is the thing which we will try to do? We will try to get some input, like user, he will be writing some input and we will be giving some particular output and we need to write logic of that. Let's suppose that you need to write a program to add two numbers. So what will you try to think? First, you will try to input those numbers, then you will add those numbers and then you will try to provide the output. Are you able to understand this example? जैसे हम कैलकुलेटर में कुछ भी इनपुट देते हैं और उसके बाद वो लॉजिक यूज करके परफॉर्म करके हमें कुछ आउटपुट देता है, वैसे ही प्रोग्रामिंग में भी we will try to input something, we will write the logic part and then we will continue with the output part. I think this thing is clear to everyone. Guys, is this thing clear or not clear? Correct. So we will be having this thing. Key first we try to have some input, then we will have the logic part. Once we have the logic part ready for a program, what thing we will try to do? We will try to return some output. So programming is just a way in which we can communicate to the computer. Now, let's suppose I cannot directly tell to the computer, right? मैं computer को directly नहीं बोल सकता कि दो numbers को add कर दो. You need to communicate to the computer. So what language do we understand? Like if let's start from this point, कि humans understand what type of language? Let's suppose all of us are able to understand basic English and Hindi. So I can say that humans, they understand English language. Do you think will computer be able to understand English language? Like if I tell a computer to add two numbers, will it be able to do it? क्या computer को English language समझ आएगी? Correct. Computer will not be able to understand English language. Computer, it is not able to understand English language directly. So what language do you think computers are able to understand? Computers कौन सी language समझ सकते हैं? Correct. Computer basically understand a normal computer. It can understand what thing? It can understand only binary language. Correct. What is the meaning of binary language? Binary language is 0-1 language. I think all of you are familiar with binary language, right? Like computer understands things in binary, that is 0 and 1. So if something like this is given, then what it will be? Like, will you be directly able to get out some meaning of this? Humans cannot understand binary language, right? If I give you this particular number, you will not be able to derive anything from this number. Is this point clear as well? Guys, is this point clear or not clear? Ki computer, it understands only binary language, and humans, they understand only English language. So now, since there is a communication gap, computer और human के बीच में एक communication gap है. So how we are solving that communication gap? We are solving it with the help of a programming language. So what is a programming language try to do? Like this programming language, it is just simple English with some set of rules. Programming language क्या है? अगर हम कोई भी program लिख रहे हैं, वो एक basic English है with some set of rules. We will try to see what are different rules for writing a basic program, right? आज हम ये देखेंगे कि क्या basic rules हैं जिससे हम एक normal program लिख सकते हैं. So first we will see that this programming language, it is just English with some set of rules. Correct. We will just have basic rules and we will try to follow these rules and write a program. Now there is something called as a compiler. Let's try to understand it with the help of a diagram. If there is a human, this human is understanding only what language? It is understanding only which language? English language. Correct. Humans can understand only English language here. Now a computer, it will be able to understand only what type of language? What language a computer can understand? Computer can understand a binary language. Correct. If we have a computer, this computer can understand binary language. So what humans will try to do is they will try to write a program. What we will try to do is we will try to write a program. This is English with some set of rules. There is something called as a compiler. So let's understand what is the working of compiler and what will this compiler try to do. Compiler क्या करेगा? This compiler, it will take this programming language. There is something called as a programming language, which we have already seen. This programming language is just English with some set of rules. I'll just write that as well. Correct. And now what will happen that this programming language, it will be converted. How it will be converted? It will be converted with the help of a compiler. Correct. There is something called as a compiler. This compiler will try to convert this programming language into computer language so that computer can understand. Are you understanding the flow? Guys, are you able to understand the flow? That first of all, humans, they know English language. उन्हें English language आती है. So they can write a programming language. They can write English with some set of rules because they understand English. They can easily write it. Now what will happen? There is something called as a compiler. What will this compiler try to do? It will try to convert that programming language into binary language which computer can understand. Correct? Is this thing clear or not clear? Are you able to understand this much or not? correct, that we will try to write a programming language. Once we have written any programming language, then what thing we will try to do? What is the thing which we will try to do? We will try to like get a compiler. Like if you see this particular screen, this is online GDP compiler, correct? This is a Java compiler which we are having, and this Java compiler, it will try to run your code, correct? Here only we will try to run your code. All of you can run your programs here in this compiler as well, and it is very easy to do it, right? It is very easy to write a basic program here, so you can easily do it, and you don't have to install anything on your PC. Like you can do it in your PCs as well. If you are familiar how to install Java in your PC, then you can do it that way also. You can do it with the help of Visual Studio. You can do it with the help of Ellipse. Any compiler you can use, but I am using an online compiler, and I think every one of you can easily use it. I have attached the link here as well, right? So if you want, you can run your programs here. We will try to understand how to write basic programs, then you can run your programs very easily, right? I guess this thing is also clear. Guys, is this thing clear or not? कि हम online compiler पे program आराम से run कर सकते हैं. What this online compiler will try to do, it will try to convert this programming language into what thing? Computer language, or the binary language which computer can understand. I think this flow is very clear to everyone. Correct? Guys, is this flow clear or not clear? Correct. So let's see the other points. Let's try to see some other points which we covered yesterday as well. Correct. Let me just paste it. I think programming language we have already discussed. Computer, this also we have already discussed. Humans can easily understand English language. So they don't know binary language, but they will understand English. Correct. So they can easily write a program, right? Correct. So let's get started. Let's try to write this particular thing. Key, first of all, what is a program? Like if you go on to the AccioJob site, we will have some assignments also, which we will daily try to solve. So today we will try to solve the first 3 assignments which are there. First, we will get started with the basic program, and then we will try to solve the assignments also. So here you will see that, like I am just explaining you what does a programming page look like, or what does a program look like, and how you will solve these programs or problems in companies test as well. Like those who were not present yesterday, like yesterday we learned a lot of things related to what is being asked in a company. Like in companies, what in a company's test or an interview, if you are sitting, you need to solve a problem. You will be given a particular problem and you need to solve it. So you will be given a problem statement. You will be given what is the input format. Input format क्या है कि what is given input to you, and you will be given output format as well. That output format will tell you what you need to print. So basically तुम्हें पता है कि input क्या दे रखा है. You know what is the output, and you need to write a program or the logic part in order to take that input and get the required output, right? I think this thing is clear. तुम्हें ये बता दिया जाएगा कि input क्या दे रखा है. तुम्हें ये पता होगा कि आउटपुट कैसे प्रिंट करना है या आउटपुट में क्या प्रिंट करना है. तुम्हें बस उसका लॉजिक लिखना होगा in order to get that input and print the particular output, right? Correct. I think this thing is also clear to everyone. Correct. हमारे हर प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट में, कोई भी प्रोग्राम में हमें क्या दे रखा होगा. There will be any problem or any assignment which is given to you. There will be 3 things. There will be problem statement that will describe the problem. कि तुम्हें उसमें क्या करना है. You will be given a input format. What is the meaning of input format? कि input क्या लेना है, उस प्रोग्राम को क्या input लेना है, ये कौन बताएगा? Input format बताएगा. Who will tell us about the input part? Input format will tell us. Same way, what we need to print will be told us by what? Will be told us by the output format. So output format हमें ये बताने वाला है कि हमें क्या चीज print करनी है या क्या चीज output देनी है. Correct. I think these points are also clear to everyone. Correct, guys? Is these points clear? So I'll just write these points so that you can easily revise it after the class as well. This is just basic of programming. And now we will get started with the basic part. So I'll just paste all these notes daily so that you can easily revise it after the class as well, right? And you can revise it from the recording also. So let's see the next part. Let's see how to write a basic program. So there are some rules that needs to be followed in Java. So we will try to today understand all these rules one by one. So first of all, there is something which we will try to study about Java. Why we are studying Java? Because it is a highly secure language. It is so much secure that a lot of banks in India or outside also, they are using Java. And in India, a lot of companies which are hiring from us, they are hiring Java developers. That is why our main focus is on Java, right? I think this point is also clear. So the first point which we will see is that Java is a object-oriented language. Correct? We will study about objects and classes later on in the course. Like if you join the main program, then we will study it in a more detail. But as of now, we will try to understand basics of these things, right? Ki Java, it is a object-oriented programming language. What is the meaning of this thing? Object-oriented programming language. Guys, can you guess the meaning of this particular part? Object-oriented programming language basically means that Java, it is using the concepts of objects and classes. There is something called as objects as classes, which we will try to study. So first of all, I'll give you a basic example, right? Let's suppose you are trying to create a program. हमें कोई भी एक program लिखना है. Then we know this particular thing. We know this particular fact. Let's suppose I give you a car. If let's suppose you need to build a car or even a house, what is the first thing you will try to do? You will try to create a blueprint for it. I think all of you are familiar with this thing, right? That whenever a house is being built, so you will see a blueprint is given. Like there is something called as architect that will try to get the blueprint of the house, right? Have you seen these things? Or let's suppose like when a car is being built, you will see that a 3D diagram of a car will come up. I think all of you are familiar with these points, right? Guys, are you familiar with these points or not? Same way, what is class acting? What is the main purpose of a class? Guys, what is the main purpose of a class? A class, it will act as a blueprint from which objects will be created. So class is just like a blueprint on basis of which your program or the object they will be created, right? So construction of a program, building a program, it is as same as building a house or a car. So we will try to see these examples throughout today. Like we will take an example of a car and a house and we will try to understand everything based on these things. Now, like there in objects, like what will happen in a program is that there will be a lot of functionalities that will be there. Like if we talk about car, you will see that there is something called as acceleration. There is gear as well, there is clutch, there is brake. So in order to use all the functionalities of a car, you need a key, right? I think you are able to relate this example. अगर तुम्हें गाड़ी को drive करना है, if you want to accelerate a car, you need a key of that car, right? Without that key, can you get into the car? You won't be able to do that. Correct? You won't be able to get inside the car, right? So objects, they are acting as a key using which you can use different functionalities of a program, right? जैसे ही हम object बना लेते हैं class का, या anytime if I create object of a program, you will see that what we will try to do is we will have access to all the functionalities. Is this meaning clear? कि what is a real life example of a object? Object क्या है? Object is like a key of a car using which all functionalities of a car can be used. Is this thing clear? Guys, is this thing clear or not clear? Correct? Object is like a key of a car using which we can use all the functionalities. What is the purpose of a class? Class, it will act as a blueprint using which we will see objects can be created, right? Correct? I think this thing is also clear. Guys, is this thing clear कि object किस तरह से है? Object is like a key of a car using which all functionalities can be accessed. So the first thing in the program will be class. The first most important point we will see in a program will be a class. So the first line you will try to write, it will be public class main. So let's try to understand this particular 3 lines, like 3 words which I have written. So I'll just, these 2 lines also I will discuss what is the meaning of these. These are actually comments. Any line which is beginning with 2 backslashes, right? It will become a comment. These lines, they will be ignored by the compiler. Compiler क्या करेगा? इन line को ignore कर देगा. It will directly ignore these lines and it will treat like as if these lines were not present. So all these lines which I'm writing in orange, right? You can see line number 1. This whole line is orange. This whole line is orange. So these lines, they will be directly ignored. Correct? Like it will be directly ignored by the compiler. Compiler will not see this line. I think this meaning is also clear. ये लाइंस डायरेक्टली कंपाइलर इग्नोर कर देगा. ये हमारे प्रोग्राम को समझने के लिए है. आई एम जस्ट राइटिंग दिस लाइन सो दैट you are having proper notes of what is Java, what is a class, and everything. We will try to make notes here inside the program only. So these lines are directly ignored by the compiler. ये lines compiler directly ignore कर देगा. जो पहली line हम देख रहे हैं यहाँ पे, the first line which is this is public class main. Correct? And this public class main, what it will try to do? It will try to create a class. So let's understand the meaning of public. So public basically means that this class is a public property. Public का मतलब क्या है यहाँ पे? अगर हम normal भाषा में समझें, if we understand it using basic terms, that it will make this class as a public property. What is the meaning of public property? Guys, what is the meaning of public property? That this class can be used by everyone. It can be used by other classes as well. So using this word public, we are making this class as a public property so that it can be used by other classes also. इसे बाकी की सारी classes भी बहुत आराम से use कर सके, इसलिए हम इस class को क्या बना रहे हैं? We are making this class as a public property. Is this thing clear? Later on, when we go more into the course, we will see that we can make this class private also. हम इस class को एक private property भी बना सकते हैं. Or we can make it protected as well. These terms we will discuss later on. As of now, हर दिन हम class को एक public property बनाएंगे so that this class can be used by other classes also. Correct? Is the meaning clear? What is the meaning of public here? I'll just write the previous 2 lines as well. Guys, what is the meaning of public? Public क्या करेगा? Correct? Public will make this class as public property. Correct? So that it can be used by correct? It can be used by other classes as well. So let's go on to the next point. The next thing which we have written here is class. So every time if you are creating a class, like every time you want to create a class, first you will write class, then you will write a class name. Correct? So every program, like let's write it as rule number 1. Every program as of now, it will require a class. So our program, what is the rule number 1? Our program, it will begin with a class. Correct? The first thing that will be present will be a class. So first thing is that we are trying to create this particular class. What will be the next thing which we will try to do? Like I am giving this class as name, like all of as humans are having, everyone is having a different name, right? Every time class can also have some other name, but there is one rule that is created. Let's understand this rule. What does the second rule say? that the file name, like here you can see that I have created here a Java file. मैंने यहाँ पे पहले से ही हमें एक Java file दे रखी है. In all the company's test also you will see that there will be a Java file already created. And 99% of the time the Java file, it will have name as main.java. Here you can see that there is a Java file. I think all of you are familiar with our text file, right? If you create a normal text file, it is having the extension as .txt. Same way, if you create a Java file, it will have an extension as .java. अगर तुम एक नॉर्मल जावा का प्रोग्राम बना रहे हो तो उसके आखिरी में .java लिखा होगा. जैसे अगर हम .text फाइल क्रिएट करते हैं, कभी भी हम नॉर्मल एक टेक्स्ट फाइल क्रिएट करते हैं या फिर तुम कोई फोटो क्लिक करते हो, वो ज्यादातर .png में सेव होती है, या फिर इट विल बी सेव्ड एज, you have seen it is saved as jpg as well. Same way Java files, they are saved as main.java. So what is the rule which we try to follow? The rule is that file name is as same as class name. Correct? Here we see what is the file name. It is main. That is why I have kept class name also as main. Now if you see that this M is capital and rest all words are small, I have written them in lowercase. Why this is done? Class name always start with a capital letter. हमेशा class का नाम capital letter से start होगा. That is why I am writing this M as capital. Is this point clear? What are the two rules which we have seen? Like, what do you think are the two rules if we go on? What is the first rule? What is the most important thing for a program? Guys, what is the most important thing for a program? Guys, what is the first thing that you will write for a program? The first thing will be that we will write a class. So what is active? What is the main purpose of a class? Class का main purpose क्या है? What do you think is the main purpose of a class? Like, what is the real life example related to class we discussed? We discussed this particular point that class, it will act as a blueprint on basis of which objects will be created. जैसे घर बनाने के लिए every time you have a blueprint, right? Whenever you are creating a car, there is a 3D map or there is a 3D model that is built. Correct? Same way for creation of a program also, there is a blueprint that will be created, and that blueprint, it will serve a purpose. Like, it will help you analyze what are the different functionalities of a program. Correct? The main purpose will be to tell you about different functionalities. And same way, if you want to use that functionalities, what is the thing that you will try to do? कैसे हम सारी की सारी functionalities use कर सकते हैं? How can we use all the functionalities of a program or of a class using what thing? Like, if you want to drive a car, what is needed? अगर हमें drive करना है, या फिर if you want to enter a house and the door is locked, you will require a key in order to get into the house, or you will require a key in order to open the car, right? Correct? Same way in program, what is acting as that key? Guys, what is acting as that key? What do you think will be the key there? Correct? Object, it will act as a key, right? I think this thing is clear. Object will be the one that will act as a key. Correct? So object, it is acting as a key. Now what is the first statement which we have written? The first line is public. Public का मतलब क्या है? It will make this class as a public property so that everyone can easily use it. The second word is class. What is the meaning of class? This word class is telling that we are trying to create a class. What is the name of this class? इस class का नाम क्या है? Line number 6 में. Correct? The class, it is having name as main. And what is the purpose? That file name, it is as same as the class name. I think this thing is also clear. Guys, is this thing clear or not clear? Like, as humans are having name, that is why classes are also having name. The name of the class is main. Why I have kept it as main? हमने इसका नाम main ही क्यों रखा है? Why I have kept this as main? I could have kept it as your name also. Like, I could have kept it as Aman also, but I did it as main. Why? Because file name, it should be as same as the class name. in coding test also for companies, you will see that the class name, it will be almost as same as the file name. I think this point is also clear. Guys, is this point also clear? Now let's move on to the next line. Like currently I have created a class. Now whole of the program, it will be present inside this class. So I will write here 2 curly brackets. So what does this curly brackets tell us? That it will tell us about that entire program. It is present inside the class. So program, it will provide some functionality. जैसे अगर तुम कोई भी program लिख रहे हो, let's suppose if you are writing a program to add 2 numbers. So what is the functionality? Like if you write a program to add 2 numbers, then what do you think is the functionality of that? Guys, what will be the functionality? Guys, what will be the functionality? What do you think? Like if I try to write a program to add 2 numbers, then the functionality there will be addition. Correct? That this program, it is capable of adding 2 numbers. Correct? So this way, this addition functionality, it will be present inside the class. So every functionality which you try to make, everything which you try to make inside a program, it will be present inside the class. So that is why I have put here 2 curly brackets. This curly brackets will tell you that entire program, it is present inside this main class, right? Correct? Now the next thing will be main function. So let's see this part, public static. Let's understand this line. This line together is known as a main function. This is the second most important thing in the program. The first thing which we will have will be a class. Once we have a class, every day we will try to create first the class, then we will try to create about the main function. So here I will try to create the main function. So what this main function will try to do, let's try to understand this. So here I am making this main function as public. What is the meaning of this public? What do you think is the meaning of this public here? What this public will do to the main function? ये यहाँ पे हमने एक main function बनाया है. We will understand functions as well as we proceed in the course. We will understand functions as well. But what do you think will this public make? Public क्या करेगा इस function को? What it will help us? Correct? It will make this function as a public property. ये क्या करेगा? Function को public property बना देगा so that everyone can use it. Correct? Correct. It will make this function as public property so that everyone can use it. Now there are 2 types of function. Like the first type of a function is static. Like there are 2 types of function. Let's write down that. Let's try to write it here only. So we will see the point of difference. This point of difference is very easy to understand. The first type of functions will be static functions. Then the next set of functions will be non-static function. Correct? There are 2 categories of function. 2 category होती है function की. पहली होती है static, अगली होती है non-static. As I told you, right, that classes and the whole program is like a car. If you want to use all the functionalities of a car, you need a key. So, जैसे this function, if you want to use it, like if you want to use it directly, then you can make this function as static. You will not require any key or you will not require any object. अगर हमें इस function को use करना है, if you want to use any function, then you can simply say that static functions don't require any objects to call them. Call them basically means to use them. अगर हमें कोई भी functionality use करनी है, so we don't require any object or a key. If you make a function as static, then you will not require any objects for it. Is this meaning clear? अगर हमें किसी भी function को use करना है, हमें कोई भी functionality use करनी है, तो अगर हमने उस function को static बना रखा है, क्या हमें object की जरूरत पड़ेगी? Will we require objects for that? Correct. We will not require any objects for it. Why? Because this is a static function. Now, what are non-static function? They will always require objects with them. Correct. They will always require objects, or you can say they will always require keys. Without key you cannot use that function or you cannot use that functionality. Function का मतलब क्या है कि we have created some functionality. I'll show you how to create a addition functionality, how to create a multiplication functionality or a multiplication function. But currently, I think this point of difference is clear that this non-static function, what is the meaning of non-static function? They require objects to call them. What is the meaning of calling them? Basically using them. अगर हमें कोई भी functionality use करनी है तो हमें objects की जरूरत पड़ेगी in case of non-static function. And in case of static functions, we will see that we will not require any objects to call. I guess this point of difference is clear to everyone. Guys, is this point of difference clear or not clear? करेक्ट. स्टैटिक फंक्शंस को ऑब्जेक्ट की जरूरत नहीं है और नॉन स्टैटिक फंक्शंस दे रिक्वायर ऑब्जेक्ट्स, करेक्ट, इन ऑर्डर टू यूज देम. आई थिंक दैट सिंपल लैंग्वेज इज क्लियर टू एवरीवन, राइट? In programming language, whenever we want to use a function, we say that we call a function. अगर हमें कभी भी function को use करना होता है तो हम बोलते हैं we are calling that function. इसलिए I have written here a call. I guess that thing is also clear to everyone, right? So what this static will try to do? Static क्या करेगा? Static will make this function as static. And what is the meaning of this? It will not require any object to call it. Is this thing clear? Guys, is this thing clear? What is the use case of public here? Public will make this function as public so that it can be used by other functions as well. So I'll just write that public will make this function as public so that it can be used by other functions, right? Guys, is this point also clear? Are the two words clear for the main function line? This is line number 11. This whole line, it is called as we are creating a main function here. And in this line, we are creating a class here. I guess this thing is clear to everyone. Is this thing clear or not clear? Guys, is this thing clear? Correct. Now let's see the next thing. What is the next thing? The next thing is void. So this is actually called as a return type. Correct. We will see that every function it will try to return something. हर एक function कुछ ना कुछ return करने की कोशिश करता है. We will see this later on when we study functions. That functions they will try to return something. There are some functions which will not return something. Like if you make a function as void, then it will not return anything, right? अगर कभी function को कुछ भी return नहीं करना होता, then we make it as void. If a function does not want to return anything, like if I tell you to create this functionality, let's suppose as we discussed in the starting, right? If I tell you to create a function, अगर मैं तुम्हें कहता हूँ एक function बनाओ या एक functionality बनाओ that is taking two numbers and it is returning sum of two numbers. So what is the value it is returning? It is returning some integer number. Correct? It is returning some integer value. So if you want to create such a functionality, then you will see that return type will be integer. But currently this main function, it will not return anything. That is why I have kept it as void. Guys, is this line also clear or not clear? अगर ये clear नहीं है, we will discuss it later on. It is an advanced part and we will discuss later on when we cover it in advanced part, right? As of now, you can understand this word. This word is basically telling us that main function, it will not return anything. Main function कुछ return नहीं करेगा, वो कुछ print कर सकता है, but वो वापस कुछ return नहीं करने वाला. Correct? So return type void means function, it will not return anything. Guys, is this thing clear? अगर कोई भी function कभी भी कुछ भी return नहीं करता, if a function does not want to return anything, then it will use return type as void. Then what is this main understanding? Like what is the meaning of this main? Guys, what is the meaning of this word main? What do you think is the meaning of this? This is the function name. ये function का नाम है. Correct? Here we have kept this main m as small. So what is the meaning of this? That Java, it is case sensitive. Let's write one more rule. Let's write the third rule. Java, it is case sensitive. Case sensitive का meaning है, it will treat uppercase letters and lowercase letters differently. Like this main, it is not as same as this main, because this main, it is having m as capital and this main is having m as small. So it is treating these two words as separately. So what is a rule which we can say? Java is case sensitive. Case sensitive का meaning सबको समझ आ रहा है? Are you understanding this case sensitive meaning, guys? Correct. What is the meaning? That basically we can write the example, main and main are different. They are different things, right? Because the first letter is completely different. Now, what is one more rule? Let's write it. Our program will always begin with a class. Our program, it will, once it is having a class, it will always have a main function. So main function will be present inside the class, right? I think this point is also clear. कि जो भी main function होगा, it will be present inside the class. Correct, guys? Is this thing clear or not clear? So here we will see this string arg, right? We will see this later on. Like this is an array which is created, which is associated with this command line argument. And we will see this part later on. It will become a lot of complex if we study everything on day one. तो ये चीज हम कल पढ़ेंगे कि what is the meaning of this string arg and what it will try to do, right? So as of now, we can say this string arg, it is a, you can say it is just a parameter list, and we will study it later on. As it will become very much confusing if you study everything on day one, right? You will miss out a lot of things. I think till here, all the rules are clear to everyone. Are you able to understand the rules part? Guys, are you able to understand the, like, are you able to understand this much? Ki first of all, what thing we are doing is we are creating a class. So see, every class, it will act as a blueprint. It will tell the user of a class ki what are the different functionalities. This main function, it will help us to run the entire program of this class. Main function ka, what is the main usage? That every execution of a program, it will start from a main function. Like there can be 100 functionalities of this class main. Like I can create here 100 functions. I can create some functionality for addition. I can create some functionality for addition. I can create some functionality for multiplication, division, and all other things, right? But from where the execution will start, सबसे पहले which functionality will run, that will be main functionality, right? Or the main function. Is this point also clear? जैसे अगर इस क्लास के अंदर 100 फंक्शनैलिटी होती तो भी सबसे पहली फंक्शनैलिटी कौन सी चलती, और which functionality or which part of code will run first? What do you think? Like initially we see that this main class will run, and let's suppose that here there are a lot of functionalities. I have written here a lot of functions. We will come to functions as well. हम देखेंगे functions क्या है. But if you see here कि if there are a lot of functionalities, then which is the first functionality that will be running? Guys, what will be the first functionality that will be running? That will be main, right? I guess this thing is clear. Guys, is this thing clear? Are you able to understand this point? Correct. What is the first functionality do we write? The first functionality will be, correct, that will be running will be main function. I guess this much rules are clear. Are you able to understand this much rules, guys? Guys, are you able to understand this much rules or not? करेक्ट. नाउ लेट सपोज इफ आई वांट टू प्रिंट समथिंग, अगर मेरे को जावा में कुछ भी प्रिंट करना है, लाइक इफ यू वांट टू गिव सम आउटपुट, सो I'll try to run this program as well. Anything which you want to print, for that what is a command that is getting used? So as we practice daily, right, as we write programs daily, I'll repeat everything so many times so that you will learn it, correct, and you will never ever forget these things, right? If you want to print something, then anything related to printing part you need to do in Java. कभी भी हमें print का related कुछ भी करना है, then what is the thing which we will try to use? We will use system.out.println. I'll just show you anything related to printed part. Anything which we want to do related to the printing part, we will use system.out.println. And let's suppose that I try to print here a hello. Correct. So if I click on the run button, now this whole program will run. So what will happen is, let's understand this better. We have written a program that is English with some set of rules. I think this thing you are able to understand. कि ये जो प्रोग्राम हमने लिखा है ये इंग्लिश ही है, बस इसमें बहुत सारे रूल्स फॉलो हुए हैं. आई थिंक ऑल ऑफ यू कैन सी ऑल दीज रूल्स. आर यू एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस और नॉट? Like, I guess you are able to see these rules, right? What is happening here? Correct? Correct. And using this rules, what thing we are doing? Guys, using this rules, what thing is happening? As soon as we see some rules, then what thing will happen? Like we need to follow these rules, right? I'll just show you. Let's suppose that if I don't follow this rule, then what will happen? This program will start giving error. Like initially, if I just run this program, अगर हम इस program को normally run करेंगे, now we see that hello is printed. So what happened just now? Basically, this whole program, which is written in English language, it got converted into binary language. Correct? I think this thing is clear. Initially, we had this program which was written with English with some set of rules. It got converted into binary language, which computer is understanding. And this compiler, like this is a compiler which we are using, it converted this whole program into binary language and it gave us this output. So this is a final output which you are getting. Let's suppose that if I write here hello world, then what will happen? We will see that hello world will be printed here, right? Is this thing also clear, guys, or not clear? Currently what is happening here? We are converting English language, which is English with some set of rules, into binary language, which is understood by the computer, and computer is giving us this output. I guess this thing is clear to everyone. So anything which is done related to the printing part, what is this go-to statement for that? अगर हमें कुछ भी प्रिंट करना है जावा के अंदर, तो हम क्या चीज देखेंगे? हम देखेंगे system.out.println. Correct? And any English sentence you want to write, you will write it inside this inverted commas. I think you can see here there are inverted commas present. So anything which you want to write, you can write here anything, any English sentence, any word, any letter, anything you want to print. You can write here number as well. Anything you want to print, you will use system.out.println, right? Is that thing also clear? अगर हमें कुछ भी print करना होगा, तो हम कौन सी line का इस्तेमाल करेंगे? We will use system.out.println. Now there is one important thing that here I have put a semicolon. Every line except the main function and the class line, we will always have a semicolon. अगर हम इन दोनों line को छोड़ दे, we will see later on that there are some other lines that are excluded from the semicolon, but excluding the main class, like if you see this particular line of the main class, if you see this particular line of the main function, every line it will have a semicolon. Is that thing also clear? अगर हमने कुछ भी प्रिंटिंग वाला पार्ट करना है तो वो कौन करेगा? system.out.println करेगा. Also, every line except the main class line and the main function line, it will have a semicolon, right? Guys, is this thing clear or not clear? Are you able to understand this thing or not? Guys, are you understanding this part or not? Correct. So let's understand this particular part. If we see here, currently what thing is happening? हमारे यहाँ पे क्या चीज हो रही है? If we see this inverted comma, like this is a functionality which we are using. There is something called as a system. This system is actually a class. So we are trying to use the functionality of this class, which is println. This println is a functionality which we are using which we can do the printing part. And what does this ln indicate? Like if you don't write ln, then also it will work. But what is the difference? We will try to learn the difference today only. What is the difference between system.out.print and what is the difference between system.out.println? Both the things we will try to see today also. So here, if I don't write system.out.print, do you think anything will change here as of now? अभी क्या कुछ change होगा यहाँ पे? Correct, nothing will change, right? But let's suppose that if I print it 2 times, let's try to see this thing. If I print here first system.out.println hello world, then I print here system.out.print hello world. Now what do you think will be printed? Guys, what do you think will be the output of this program? अगर हम इस program को run करते हैं तो अब क्या होगा? We will see that hello world, it is printed 2 times and it is printed in different line. Correct? So what is the working of this ln? It will try to shift the printing part to the next line. First, it will print this hello world and then it will move the cursor to the next line. You can say the cursor which is doing the printing part, it will shift to the next line, or we will start printing from the next line. So ln का मतलब यहाँ पे क्या है? What is the meaning of ln here? It will shift the cursor to the next line, or you can say anything extra, anything now will be printed in the next line. Correct? इसके बाद की सारी चीजें कहाँ पे print होगी? It will be printed in the next line. Is this thing clear? Like if you don't write here system.out.println, then will in which line both hello world will be printed? कौन सी line में hello world print हो जाएंगे? Correct, both hello world they will be printed in the same line. वो दोनों के दोनों hello world they will be printed in the same line only. If you want to shift the line, then what thing you need to use? You can write here system.out.println. So what is the working of system.out.println? What do you think is the working of this system.out.println? ये क्या करेगा? Guys, what will system.out.println try to do? Guys, what will system.out.println try to do? Correct. It will try to shift the first, it will try to print here hello world and then it will shift the cursor to the next line. I think this thing is clear. पहले वो print करेगा और उसके बाद वो cursor को next line में shift कर देगा. Correct? Correct? Like if I don't write here, let's suppose this, I'll give you a problem to solve. Let's see whether you can solve it. Let's suppose here I write 1, 2, 3. Here I write 4, 5, 6. And let's suppose in the next line I write here system.out.println. I write here 7, 8, 9. Let's see. So what do you think? How many lines will be printed? Guys, how many lines will be printed? Total kitni lines print hongi, and what do you think will be the output? Guys, what do you think will be the output? Like if we see here, I'll just draw here as well. First 1, 2, 3 will be printed. Correct? Once 1, 2, 3 is printed, it will shift the cursor to the next line. It will try to change the cursor, or it will try to shift to a next line. So we will see that 4, 5, and 6. It will be printed in the next line. Correct? And now will the cursor change? क्या अब अगली लाइन में फिर से शिफ्टिंग होगी? Do you think will any shifting happen in the next line? No, right? No shifting will happen in the next line. So we will see that now 7, 8, 9 will be printed. Now, since here our ln is present, since here we can see our ln is present, now what will happen? Guys, what will happen due to this particular ln part? Correct, it will try to shift the cursor to the next line. Let's suppose if I print here again, system.out.println 789, then in which part it will be printed? What do you think where it will be printed, guys? Correct, we will see that in the third line it will get printed, right? I think this thing is also clear to everyone. Correct, is this thing clear, guys, to everyone? Yeah. So what are the rules as of now we have seen? What is the first rule? The first rule which we have seen is that every program, it will begin with a class. The second rule is that file name, it will be as same as the class name. Then we have seen Java, it is case sensitive in nature. What is the meaning of case sensitive? That it will try to treat all the words differently. Like this, both main and main with capital M and main with small m, they will be different. Correct. Then we will see that what are the two most important things which we saw. Class के अंदर what are the two most important thing, guys? Like in a program, what are the two most important things? The first most important thing will be a program, correct? Like first most important thing will be a class. And what is the second most important thing you will try to write? Inside a class, what is the thing that we will try to write? Correct, we will try to write a main function. So here we have seen this particular main function, right? This is a main function which we have written. So every day when we will be doing all these assignments, like these assignments, they will require more concepts. We will understand variables. We will understand scanner class. Once all these things are done, then only we will be able to solve these assignments. I think today, till now we have covered the basic part. We will see whether we can move forward or not, right? Is this thing clear till here? Guys, is this thing clear or not clear? Guys, is this thing clear or not clear? I guess till here it is clear to everyone. So I've pasted this notes here as well. So let's try to see this part. I'll just write it here. 18th April, and this is basic of Java program. So those who are studying this for first time, are you able to understand this part? Or you have already studied this thing? Guys, are you able to understand this thing or not? Correct, like these are some basic things, right? As we move on to the course, you will see that you will get used to these things. How do we create a class? How do we create a main function? How do we print anything? Now let's see some more important points. What are the other important points? There are some words like keywords. Like if you see here, this public, this class, all of them, they are coming in orange, right? All these words, they are having a special meaning in Java, or you can say they are having a fixed meaning in Java. Like this public, it cannot be a name, correct? You cannot make a class as public with a name as public, because this public, it is having a special meaning in Java. So if we see, there are some words which have a special meaning. Those words are called as keywords. So we can say the keywords which have special and fixed meaning are called keywords. Correct? Is this thing clear? Any words or all the words which are having any special or fixed meaning, they are called as keywords. What are the keywords in this particular program? इस program के अंदर कौन-कौन से keywords हमने लिखे हुए हैं? We have written here public. Public is a keyword here. then we have written here class, then we have written here static, then we have written here void, we have written here string, then we have written here system as well. All these words, they are having a special meaning in Java, and we will see that all these words, they will act as a keywords. Correct? Like this system is also a keyword. Here it is basically a class which is already defined in Java, right? And we are using its functionality. So using this system class, we can do any printing part. And every time, what is one more rule which we saw, that all the lines except this main class line and this particular main function line, it will end with a semicolon. अगर हम इन दोनों lines को छोड़ दें, every line it will end with a semicolon. I guess this thing is also clear. Then this printing part was also clear, right? Anything which you need to print, you can print it with the help of system.out.println. अगर हमें कुछ भी print करना होगा, we can easily do it using system.out.println. So we can just do it, right? Correct? Any question where you require printing thing, what will be the first thing that you will try to use? Guys, in any question, if you require any printing part, what is the first thing that will come into your mind? Guys, what will be the first thing that will come into your mind? अगर कभी भी कुछ भी print करना होगा, तो हम क्या चीज से print करेंगे? Like, what is the one thing using which you can do the printing part? Using system.out.println, we can do all the printing part. Correct? So let's try to understand how can we store something. So let's complete that part as well. So let's try to jump to that part. So let's suppose that if you want to store any number in Java, or if let's first try to store any number in Java. So all the numbers or anything which you want to store, they are stored in a box. That box is called as a variable. Correct? So what are variables used for? They are used for storing anything. अगर हमें Java के अंदर कुछ भी store करना होगा, so हम किससे store करने वाले हैं? We are storing it with the help of a variable. So this variable, it is acting as a box. Let's suppose that I want to store a value 5. So what I'll try to do is, I'll try to create a variable. This variable is just a box. I'll try to store here a value 5. Now every variable, it will have three things. What are the three things? It will have key, what is the type of this box. So let's understand it with the help of an example. Let's suppose that if I give you, like if you purchase a phone, and if you purchase a laptop, and if you purchase a TV, then you will see that if I purchase a phone, then we will see that there will be a smaller box. Correct? If I purchase a laptop, then there will be a box like this. And if I purchase a TV, then there will be a bigger box, right? So this TV box, it will try to store the whole TV. This laptop box, it will try to store the laptop. This box, it will try to store just the phone. So there will be different boxes for storing different things. Like as in real life, we are having different boxes for storing different things. Same way, we are having different type of boxes for storing different things. Let's suppose that if you want to store a normal number, or let's suppose if you want to store a small number, you can use this type of a box. But let's suppose you want to store a very big number, which is having some decimal value also. Or let's suppose you want to store a number which is having some decimal part, then you will use a different type of box. Same way, if you want to store an English sentence into a box, then the type of the box will be different. Let's suppose that if you want to store this English sentence, then the box will be different. Correct? Are you able to get this meaning? That if I want to store something, then what thing we will try to use? Guys, what is the thing which we will try to use? Correct? Like अगर हमें कुछ भी store करना है, so we will use here variable, and there are different type of variables which we can create. Like the type of the variable can be different. Let's suppose that if I want to store an integer, then let's see the first thing, like the type of the box will be, this will be an integer type of a box. We can say that the type of the box will be integer. Same way that if you want to store any decimal value, then there can be two different types. Like you can use it double as well. You can use here double, or you can use it with float as well. You can do it with any one of them. And one by one, we will see all the different type of variables. So don't worry about that. I think the example is very much clear. As in real life examples, we are having different boxes in order to store different things. Same way for storing different type of numbers, for storing sentences, for storing a single letter, the box will be different, correct? So that thing, it is denoted by the type of the box. And this type of the box is also called as a data type, correct? कि data जो भी हम store कर रहे हैं variable के अंदर, उसका type क्या है? So what is data type denoting us? What will data type try to denote? Data type, it will tell you what is a type of data stored in a variable, correct? Data type का क्या काम है? What will data type try to tell us? Correct. What is a type of data that is being stored in the variable? So what is the rule for creating a variable? I'll just tell you a general rule. Let's see the general rule here as well. What is the rule? That first we write the data type. पहले हम data type लिखते हैं. Then we write a variable name. Correct? Then what thing we will try to write? This variable name can be anything. Variable name तुम कुछ भी दे सकते हो जो तुम्हारा मन हो. Like you can give it your name as well. You can give it any name which you want, and then you will write the value stored in that variable. Correct? And then you will write a semicolon. So I'll just create a basic variable. Let's suppose if I write here int a is equal to 10. Then how will this line number work? Like what will be the internal working of line number 32? Let's try to understand that with the help of diagram as well. If some line write this like this is written, int a is equal to 10. And if I write something like this, correct, then what thing will happen? Like we will see that a box will be created. There will be a box created with this particular, like you can say a box is created. This box, it will have, what will be the type of this box? Guys, what do you think will be the type of this box and what will be the name of this box? If something like this is written, agar humne int a is equal to 10 likha hai, what do you think is a type here? And what is the value stored in the box and what is the name of this box? So we can see this particular part, right? That the type of the box will be integer. So what this integer is denoting? This integer is denoting that integer values are being stored. यहाँ integer का क्या मतलब है कि integer values will be stored. Then we will see that here inside this box, what thing will happen? Inside this box, some value will be stored. Like this is a value stored inside this box. Currently, the value stored here is 10. So that is why inside the box I have stored 10. Now, what will be the name of this box? The name of the box will be A. Is this thing clear? Are you able to understand this line as well? Guys, is this line clear to everyone? Ki if we write such type of line, then a box will be created. The type of the box will be integer. The value stored in this box will be 10 and the name of the box will be A. I guess this thing is clear to everyone. Guys, is this thing clear or not clear? Guys, is this thing clear or not clear? Correct. Now this is a first data type. So let's write this integer. It is a first data type which we have seen. This is a first data type and we can say it is used to store integer number. Correct. If we want to store any integer number, then we can use it. Now we can do one more data type as well today, and other data types we can see tomorrow, and then like After this data type, we can have a doubt session. Like we can discuss one-on-one what are the doubts you are having from the class, or if you are having any other doubts, so we can take that. So let's see this particular part. Here we have double, correct? If you want to store any decimal number, like what is the meaning of decimal number? I think we already discussed, right, in the previous slide, that this is a decimal number, correct? Same way we can have other decimal numbers also. Like if you try to create a number like 5.65, it will be a decimal number. Same way 5.88, this will be a decimal number. Whenever you want to store any decimal number, you will use double data type, correct? So you can use float as well. Tomorrow we will see the difference between float and decimal also, key where to use decimal, where to use float, and what is the point of difference between them. That thing also we will cover. So currently I'll just try to create a decimal number with the help of double. So let's see. If I want to store double b is equal to, if I write double b is equal to what, 2.45, then what thing will happen? Like what will be the working of this particular statement? What do you think will be the working? We will see that again a box will be created. Let's see this particular part. Here we will see a box will be created, and this box, what will be the value stored? Guys, what do you think will be the value stored inside this box? We will see that 2.45. This particular value will be stored. What will be the name of this particular box? Guys, what will be the name of this particular box? Here we will see that name of this box will be B. The type of the box B, what will be the type of this particular box? It will be double, correct? And what will be the value stored? This particular value will be stored, correct? I think this thing is clear to everyone. Guys, is this thing clear or not? Correct, guys, is this thing clear to everyone? So these are the things. Like tomorrow we will see other data types as well. Like the other data types will be string, character, float, boolean. All these data types we will try to cover tomorrow. I think this is more than enough for today. I guess we have covered a lot of concepts, and tomorrow we will try to cover data types as well as scanner class so that we can solve these assignments, right? I think all these assignments added, they will require scanner class as well as data types. So we will try to cover that theory part tomorrow, and then we will go through it, right? Is this much clear to everyone? Guys, are all these points clear? What points I have written here, is these points clear to everyone? Correct? Yeah, so I'll just share this doc link with everyone. You can use this doc link for revision part. And I think more things we can discuss tomorrow. What is a doubt? Like what are the doubts you are having? Like one by one, we can take the doubts and then we can end the session, right? And we will meet tomorrow at the same time. I guess tomorrow around 8 only we will start, and there we will try to discuss data types, scanner class, and we will cover these assignments, right? Yeah, so I'll just write this here. We have discussed basic of data type. Yeah, let me share this doc with everyone. I guess all of you are in Discord, right? I'll just show you how to watch the recordings as well. I think all of you can see this doc. So make sure that you bookmark this doc and do it, right? So if you go on to the Discord, right, you can find out all the links of all the recordings. So अगर आप Discord में जाओगे, so you can see here there is a recording channel, so you can watch everything here, right? So tomorrow's recording will also be uploaded. In this doc also I have uploaded the recording, right? So if you go on to this particular doc, you can find out yesterday recording as well. I guess this is the, yeah, this is the doc. So if we go here, we can see that here I have uploaded the recording also, right? So this is the 18th April recording. Tomorrow I will attach 19th April recording as well, right? Anyone having any other doubt? Guys, any other doubt you guys are having? So I think there were some doubts related to this particular part, right? Rahul, you need to watch that on this thing. You need to watch, I think, on Zoom, right? Every day it will not be on YouTube. So you can go to that. Yeah, so maybe I think on YouTube also you can go that. You can do that. Yeah. Web development also we will have live class, right? Yeah. I think this thing is clear. Any other doubt anyone is having? Rahul, I guess your doubt is clear. So on Zoom also, I guess if you try to join, you will be able to do that, right? I guess from Zoom link you can join. It will not lag, right? And you can find out the whole recording here as well. Yeah. Yeah, I think if all the points are clear, then we can end the session. Yeah, so what is the doubt, Gohar? Send the code, right? I will help you to debug it. Send the code which you have written. Can you paste that in the Zoom chat? Can you paste your code in the Zoom chat so we can discuss it, right? And we can see what is the mistake which you have done. If you are having any admin related doubt, you can paste it here as well and we can discuss it, right? So main function C, right? There are some rules created in Java. Like if we use, like what is the main rule? That execution of a program, it will always start from a main function. So if you create other functions, then execution will not automatically start from them. So that is why the rule is this, that execution always start from main function. So every program, it should have a main function, right? If you are trying to execute your program, then it should definitely have a main function, so that execution begins from there. If it does not have, then your program will show an error, and that error, it will be called as a compilation error. Let's suppose that if I remove here main function, and now if I run this program, we will see that this program, it will start throwing some error, right? There will be a compilation error. If this line is wrong. So if you use here capital MAIN, then also let's see what will happen. Let's try to write it. Correct. It will, I guess it will not print the correct output. Let's see that part. Correct. We see, right? Key, it is throwing some error that main method is not found. Correct. Inside this class main, the main function, it is please define a main method as this. So that is why we need to write here small main. If you write it anything else, then this program will not run, right? Correct. Now we can see this program is running fine. So also one more suggestion, like if you are joining from phone, right, then it will be a difficult to watch because on phone, the screen will not be zoomed in. So I'll request if possible, you can join from laptop as well. Then everything will be clearly visible, right? I guess now the screen is clearly visible to everyone. Guys, is the screen visible? Yeah. Also, yeah, I think Akarshan, your doubt is clear, right? If you don't use main function, then program will confuse. Program will be confused from where to start the execution. There is a rule created in Java that execution of a program always start from the main function. That is why we are keeping it compulsory, right? And that rule will not be changed. Correct? Like these rules are fixed for everyone so that there is a uniqueness maintained, right? Else though everyone will try to create their rules and the language will, like the compiler will get stuck, right? It will not be able to absorb that much rules. So that is why all these rules are fixed so that program can run smoothly, right? So we need to follow these rules, and every day we will learn more and more rules, right? Which we will try to follow. Correct. What is the doubt? I guess, Gohar, can you send the code? I am not able to see your code, right, in the chat. If you can send the code, then we can discuss it. What is the issue it is facing? No, right? We will not be able to use it. We can use it if that functionality is returning something, like if inside system.out.print you use any other functionality. If that functionality, it is returning something, then that return part will get printed. Correct? So you can use it, but let's suppose if that functionality, it is not returning anything, then you cannot use it, right? So we will see how to create a functionality. We will understand how to create a proper functionality, and then we can see how that value is getting printed from that functionality, right? By functionality, I mean a function as well. Yeah. Correct. I think in the main course only we will see. If you want to watch the previous recordings of my recordings as well, I think here you can see one of the recording will have functions. So you can watch that as well, right? In the previous pre-course, we discussed functions as well. So if you want, you can learn it from there also. So you can find out recording from the recordings channel and you can see that. Any other doubt you are having? I think Gohar, you have not shared the code, right? I'll just share this doc link again with everyone. I'll just share that. Yeah. Any other doubt anyone is having, or we can end the session then? Anyone having any doubt? So data type, it will determine what type of value will be stored, right? अगर हमें data type ही नहीं पता होगा, let's suppose if we are not aware of any data type, then how we will tell the variable try to create this type of a box? Like if you try to create an integer variable, then a small box will be created. As we discussed, right? For integers, not much memory will be required. So we will see a small box will be created. Correct? I think this thing is clear. Here a small box is created. If you want to store some bigger value, let's suppose if you want to store a whole sentence or a paragraph, then a different type of box will be created. So data type will help us to determine what is the type of box that needs to be created, right? कौन से टाइप का बॉक्स बताना है, ये कौन बता रहा है हमें? डेटा टाइप बता रहा है. करेक्ट. अगर हम डेटा टाइप नहीं लिखेंगे तो वेरिएबल को पता ही नहीं चलेगा किस तरह का बॉक्स बनाना है और उसमें किस तरह की वैल्यू स्टोर होनी है. So in order to tell the type of variable, we have created data type. This type of data will be stored, right? Correct? Are you understanding the meaning? Is that meaning part clear? Guys, is the meaning part clear? With the help of data type, we will be able to analyze what type of value will be stored. कौन से type का box बताना है कौन बताएगा? Like if you are storing if you purchase phone, TV and a laptop, right? The boxes will be different. So what should be the size of the box? What type of value will be stored in the box? What type of box needs to be created in the memory? Like these all variables, they are created inside a memory, right? A space is allocated. Like the basic example is this, that if you create an integer box, then less space will be allocated. If you try to create a bigger box, if you try to store decimal number or a sentence, then a lot of space will be allocated. Correct? Whenever we use data type, it will try to create a variable. This variable is like a box or a container. ये वेरिएबल क्या है? एक बॉक्स या कंटेनर की तरह है जिसके अंदर कोई भी वैल्यू स्टोर होगी. जैसे अगर हम if we create here a integer variable, then what will happen? A integer box will be created. A box will be created that will be having type as integer, and you can store any integer value inside it. Same way, if you want to store a decimal number, अगर हमें एक decimal number store करना है, तो हम कौन से type का box बनाएंगे? What do you think will be the type of box that will be created? Guys, what will be the type of box that will be created? Correct, our double box will be created, right? If we require to store a double value, then a double box will be created. So what should be the data type in that case? What should be the data type in that case? The data type will be double. Correct. Same way, if you want to store, tomorrow we will see that if we want to store an English sentence, then what will be the data type we will try to create? अगर हमें कोई sentence store करना है, English sentence, then we will see that we will create a box of type string. Correct. That thing we will try to do. Correct. I think this thing is clear. Is the meaning clear of data type? Aman, any other doubt you are having in that part? करेक्ट. जैसे अगर हमें अलग अलग टाइप की वैल्यू स्टोर करनी होती है, उसके लिए अलग अलग डेटा टाइप है. अगर इंटीजर वैल्यू स्टोर करनी है तो इंटीजर का बॉक्स बनाएंगे. इंटीजर का बॉक्स बनाने के लिए हमें इंटीजर का डेटा टाइप यूज करना होगा. करेक्ट. आई थिंक दिस थिंग इज क्लियर. Yeah, so I'll paste all the recording links in the doc as well, right? So you can find it in the doc also. Correct. So here I think 18th recording is there, and today's session also recording will be uploaded, right, in the doc only. So you can find out all the recording links in the doc, like this doc also, and you can just click on this link. If you open this particular link, you will be able to find out all the recordings as well. If you just click on this link, you will see that all the recordings will come up. So you can just sign up into Discord in your web browser and you will be able to find out all the recordings, right? Like if you just click on this link, all the recordings will come up. Correct. And if you want these recordings, I can share the link as well. All these recordings are present in this link. I'll just share that. Akarshan, I have shared the link, right? You can open this link. You will be able to find out all other links, like all the recordings as well. Are you able to see that link? Okay, then I guess, yeah, you can just bookmark that link and open that link. Yeah. Okay, guys, so let's meet tomorrow then. We will try to solve these assignments. We will try to cover the scanner class and other data types part, and that thing we can learn tomorrow, right? Yeah. Okay, then. Bye, guys. Bye.